Okay, let me know if you can hear me. See, we got a few people. If anybody wants to come in, there's a link. See, there's a couple chats today. Never seem to kick off. I don't know. And I just thought I'd give it a whirl. I figure the best way to do it is to throw it out there and see if it sticks. JH586 got broke loader. Hey, I can see the side chat. That's unusual. Okay, so I got to do something here. CW Longshot. Hello, CW. Walter Bunning. Says here we got 7. Got some lurkers out there. CW, I kind of doubt you can come in, but you're welcome to if you want to try. Walter, I know you're out of jail. And Broke Loader, he has no reason either. He get out behind the cloak there. But for now, we've got the Dylan guy there. Just snug those bolts. It's not a small block Chevy. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen Miss Kitty in today's travels, I don't believe. So, I don't know. People got things planned. Maybe they eat a lot of food and pass out. Who knows what they do? But it's a Saturday night, and nobody's putting off a live chat. So I just thought I'd throw one up here. Oh, yeah, Broke Loader. Yeah. Oh, the click, click. Yeah. Eric O's got one of those, I think. Here's what we got tonight. Y'all don't probably want to see too much of that. That's pretty bad. I'll just kind of ramble on here, and if somebody wants to get their stuff together and come in, that's just fine. Booze and Bullets, how you doing, buddy? Not anything. I don't have any topic in particular to talk about. Get a couple of us in here. Shoot the shit. Maybe shoot the shit about something. I don't know. Happy New Year, Booze and Bullets, y'all. Like I said, I don't have an agenda. I'm throwing it out there. A couple of us want to come in and shoot the breeze. Jamie said he might. I know it's short notice or no notice, so it is what it is. I'm just looking here. If I can see I don't know if I can see my guests come in. That could be a problem here. Yeah, Walter, I see that, but I can't get to the dang thing. Shoot. There we go. Got you.
I'm here. Can you hear
All
me?
right. I got that door. All right. I saw you there and I wasn't paying complete attention. Walter, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I don't know if you can hear me. I did a mic check a second ago and it didn't register. Do you hear me?
Sounds great.
Okay,
Sounds
cool.
good. Sounds good here.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. I just thought I'd come on and recognize you and say hi to the guys in the side chat. And it's been a struggling year this last 2021. I'm glad to see it go. I don't know about you guys, but man, oh man, I spent big part of the day talking to other of our friends, here in this casting and reloading community, and expressing best wishes, back and forth, and one fellow in particular for about an hour who felt really good to talk to him for a while. But what I want to talk about for just a minute is, you guys that have seen my casting videos, I usually do a pretty good job, and I'm usually pretty proud about, some of the work that I do at the casting pot. Today was not one of those days. Oh, what a miserable day. I just put a couple videos up. I put the neutered version up on YouTube, or I think it's loading up there right now. And then I put a fuller version on Rumble. But holy moly, it does not always run good, you guys. And I don't care if it's your day at work, or if it's your evening at home with the significant other, or if you're out on the motorcycle. Some days are better than others. Most of them are good, but so here's what happened today. And you guys that see the casting video on Rumble, you'll know the backstory. So I start out this morning, right? Nice day here on the central coast of California. It's only about, I'm going to say 6 miles to the Pacific Ocean over that way. That great, weather moderator that we have. That ocean temperature never changes, plus or minus 10 degrees. It's always between 50 and 60. And so that just keeps our climate here at a real even keel. When our temperature gets below 50 or above 80, we don't know how to act around here. We don't have clothes for that. We don't have snow chains. We don't get it. So I get up this morning, it's 50 degrees outside, 49 in the garage, and I think, oh man, I don't even know if I want to go out the house today. But I had mentioned to a couple other guys, I got some new powder coats coming in, and I'm going to do some video. And I go out and look, and I got no raw bullets. I got no naked bullets out there to do. So I got to go cast. Well, it's New Year's Day, right? I'll go out cast up a bunch of bullets. So I'm going to use an NOE mold that I haven't used before. This is the NOE. They call it the HTC. They call their slick-sided molds HTC for high-tech coating. 452-234- round nose. It's a 45 ACP mold. I have the 2-cavity version. I've cast 1,000 or more out of that little 2-cavity mold, and it's a runner. Man, that mold runs great. It runs hot, but it runs really well. And so, I don't know, 8-10 months ago, I ordered the 4-cavity version, and I put it in the drawer. I had cast up a ton out of the 2-cavity version and didn't need any more. And I ran out last month, and I said, okay, this would be a good day to break out that new one, the 4-cavity version. And I get it out, clean it up, do the sprue plate, do all that stuff that I always do. That mold wouldn't run. It wouldn't run. I ran that mold everywhere from 680 up to 780, and it would not give me good bullets. Finally, I pulled a gun, and it wouldn't work. And my pot was leaking. My Lyman Mag 25 was leaking like the Titanic, and oh God, I couldn't make anything work. I spent from 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon trying to make that pot and the mold shake hands, and they wouldn't do it. And I finally had about, I don't know, I'll say 150 bullets stacked up, and I was at the point I'm saying, you just gotta, I'm just gonna have to accept some par bullets and get enough to go cast. And finally, I just said, nah. These are not up to my standards. I threw the whole thing back in the pot, melted the whole alloy mess back down, went and got the little 2-cavity mold and ran that. So that's the video that's up on Rumble and YouTube is the 2-cavity mold. And it ran great. It's a great mold. I ran the same alloy, I ran it at the temperature that I already, it always runs at. That 4-cavity would not run with a gun put to its head. And I have no idea why. I could not get out of wrinkles and sags and smiles and bad bases. It just did not want to go. I heat cycled it 3 times first.
I was going to say, did you walk away? Did you walk away and come back? And sometimes that's all it takes.
I stuck with it. I kept after it, went right through lunch and just kept working with it. I was just exasperated. And I finally, about 2 o'clock this afternoon, just like I said, gave up, threw this big old pile of sprues and bullets right back in the pot, got out the little mold, put it on the hot plate, brought it up to temp, and first cast. 2 good bullets. I thought, man, what is up with it's either I'm writing it up to user error. It had to be me. There's nothing wrong with the mold. The bullets would fall right out of the mold, and I'm telling you, the bullets fell out when I ran it at 680 degrees, which is where I run my iron molds, most of them, all the way up to 780 degrees. That mold didn't care. It's a slick-sided mold. They're easy to drop. Bullets fell right out. It never frosted them, but boy, every bullet was wrinkled or had some other kind of defect in it. They're funny. I just finally started laughing and said, nah, that's it. I'm done with this one.
I guess
I wanted to tell that story and share with you. If you get to watch my videos, you can kind of tell, I'm proud of the work that I do. I usually do pretty good work at the casting pot. Not today, boys.
So once in a while, you have to film a disaster, maybe.
Oh yeah, I should have kept all the outtakes. I got to the point. I went to the camera and just deleted everything. I said, I can't put this out there. Said someone's going to look at this and never believe anything I say again.
Yeah, you could have just picked those pieces up and put them on YouTube.
I may. I still have a lot of that stuff. I can go back and get it. I just need to. Maybe that's actually kind of a good idea. Just sort of an outtake video of me swearing at the pot, going, "Look at this bitch and pot." And I mean, it was leaking worse than my old Lyman pot that I use for casting zinc, and Andy 79 Z28, or anybody who uses those old pots know what leakomatics those things are. The Lee 420 can't hold a candle what that Lyman pot was doing. I mean, it was just, and I reamed it, and I drained it, and I cleaned it, and I free flowed it. It didn't care. It was just saying, you know what? It's New Year's Day. Yeah. It's my day off. I'm not going to work.
Yeah, the Lee pot will do that for sure.
Yeah, it was funny. The pot finally settled in and ran. It cleared out whatever its problem was, but funny day at the pot. Other than that, I had a good day. How about you guys? How you doing out there for first day of a new year?
I'm not doing anything special, that's for sure. Just,
I got my,
just,
so
just
what I'm
hanging
doing
out
here is
here.
I got my cell phone over here on the side so I can watch the side chat. And that's kind of how I do business. And my camera here is the iPad because that's all I got, and that's why it looks dark. Sometimes when I'm sitting here at this location, I put an extra light over there, but I didn't do that today. I'm lazy. My day off.
Yeah,
Every
I'm
day.
using a phone because my setup with a laptop, the sound is pretty bad, and I've had some troubles on and off. So this is just a quick, easy. Yeah, I was curious. Couple live chats that are scheduled earlier. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Jerry, or not Jerry, but Elliot there, AR 1776 had an issue of one kind or the other. He's been having all kinds of technical issues lately. So that might have been what happened to him. And Uncle Jim isn't going. He put up a video, a snowblowing video here a few minutes ago. But so he's not going tonight.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
I hadn't
Hobbies
seen it.
Hobo. Yeah, you're up there in Canada. You know we have snow days. Our snow days down here a little different where I live. The snow day here is like, I'm gonna go give somebody a snow job. But Hobbies Hobo, if you guys don't know, is in Kanakistan, up there north of our border. New text I can. He says he can't stay. Olison's car started. All right. Get the battery charged up. There's Uncle Jim. He's in there. Hey, Uncle Jim, bite me. Fair weather noisy boy. Yeah, that would be this guy.
So how's
Okay,
the
hey, new
size
text I
on
can. Yeah.
how's the size on those smooth-sided molds?
That NOE mold drops pretty much right where it says it will. They rate it as a 452, and mine drop at 453 with the alloy I use. And as we know, you vary your alloy, you're going to get a slightly different diameter after those bullets hit the cooling pad. Wherever you put them, they're going to change a little bit. So mine, with my range scrap with just a skosh of tin, drop at 453 or 4535. I think I'd have to go look at my notes, but it drops really well. And they advertise it as a 234 grain bullet, and that's where mine dropped, right at 234. So you got to like that. And that slick sided mold, man, they fall out of the mold. That's one of the beauties of powder coating, is now that the boys out there that are making molds are giving us these ATC or NLG or slick sided, however you want to call them. There's so much less to hang up in the mold, with no loop grooves in there. They just fall out. They're really easy to dislodge out of the mold, and I like that.
So when you
cast
get
them,
it
you pull them out, you break your sprue, and you open the handles, and boom, they just fall out. So
when you do get it to fill out correctly, you're ready to roll.
yeah, these NOE molds, at least on the aluminum ones, I don't have any of his brass molds. All my brass molds are MP. And MP is kind of the same, but they don't put much in and NOE doesn't put any vent scribes or lines in the block tops. And
I think I've noticed that.
Yeah, they're just flat smooth across the top, and that makes it a little tricky to get the bases to fill out properly. So you got to kind of play with your sprue plate adjustment a little bit to get that to where you'll have really good flat bases across the top. Otherwise, sometimes they don't want to fill 100%. They fill 99.8%, but you can still kind of see that little bit of a channel around the edge. That's not a big deal, but I wish he'd cut some vent grooves into his block tops.
Yeah, that little bit of gap there gives you a little vent, huh?
Yeah, and you can get too much really easily. It can vent too much, and then you start getting smears and other issues. So you just got to play with it till you get it right. And West Covina Dodge says, yeah, try the NOE hollow points, NOL. Yeah, you'll need a bigger hammer. I'm liking, for the most part, my MP hollow points. And this
Hang
year
on,
was the first year that I ever did hollow points at all. And the MP's got a couple of little minor issues. I've got 5 of them now and one more in the pipe. When I get that one and get it cast, I'm going to do a kind of an overall review of my take after a year with MP and what I think about are the pluses and minuses, and most of it's pluses. He does a good job with those moles. And his hollow points, from what I've seen, I have not done an NOE hollow point yet, but from what the guys are telling me, and Wes Covina, I think you can probably back me up on this, that they are tricky with the way he does his hollow points. The NOEs, I like. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Uncle Jim.
That's not
Uncle Jim.
Uncle Jim's name.
Uncle Jim, get a spa date, will you?
That's Alice Cooper, not Alice Cooper. What's his name?
Alice Cooper?
No.
Or Ace Frehley?
Ace Frehley, that's it. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year, Jamie. Good to see you, man.
Good to be seen, ain't
it? Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Brokeloader, I didn't know you had 2 strikes already. He's over there in the side chat saying he's got 2. I only had 1. Fortunately, I had all of my stuff still reserved on my hard drive because I haven't been at this more in a couple of years on YouTube. So I got everything there. And so I'm just pushing everything over to Rumble for now.
That's what I wonder, how many more people there are that have and just aren't really saying anything because they accept it. It's kind of normal anymore.
Wow, I didn't know Brokeloader had 2. I got 2, and I'm on probation for 9 months and 2 weeks without being able to do a video and all that stuff.
Yeah. And I can't get away from the feeling that it's personal. Some of the stuff that's being taken down is obviously not in violation of their community guidelines. They're just taking them down. And the way that they're taking them down, to me, is just nothing short of underhanded. I don't know about Brokeloader and Uncle Jim and the others of you who are out there who had stuff taken down. I don't know how they did it to you. Here's what they did to me. They sent the first notice in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't know this, of course, till the next day. And they said, Al, there's 3 videos here and they're in violation. So we're pulling them and consider this a warning. 30 seconds later at, 3.003, they send another email saying, well, we just warned you and you didn't do anything about it. And in their warning, they say, don't do this again. Well, between 3 o'clock in the morning and 3.003, I didn't do anything else. But then they said, well, we warned you and you didn't do anything about it. So now we're taking some more videos down, which they did. And this was all while I was asleep. I get up the next morning, I find this stuff. And they said, you had a warning and you didn't heed it. And we took more videos down. And if you do it again, we're going to give you a strike. So I didn't upload any more videos. Next day, they pulled more down. They said, hey, we gave you a warning. We told you not to do it anymore. You did it again. And I didn't. I didn't put anything else up. We're giving you a channel strike. You're now down for a week. So I thought, that's, if there's backstabbing, that's it. And, if this is all, these are videos that I put up a year or 2 years ago. And when I put them up, they, when you upload the video, you guys know, they tell you, oh, no issues found, no problems found. The video goes up. Now they backtrack, they backslide on you and say, oh yeah, remember when we said there was no issues found? Well, now we find there are issues. That's wrong, you guys. That's just being mean and malicious. They could have gone out and said, hey, this guy's doing casting. And even though all of you guys that are out there and us know a cast bullet's not ammunition. You can't fire that cast bullet all by itself in a firearm. If you go to Webster's dictionary, either online or the one on your bookshelf, and look up ammunition, it's going to talk about a projectile in concert with some kind of a propellant, held in a cartridge with a means of detonating it. But the projectile by itself, not ammunition. Well, YouTube says it is ammunition, and ammunition manufacturers against their guidelines. And we've all contested it, and they just come back and say, tough love.
Yeah. I don't really know why they get such a sore ass about casting. I mean, you got guys reloading stuff on a progressive press, showing every step, basically, and that's fine. That's kind of the part I don't get.
Yeah. A lot of it, to me, looks like it's the big channels, the guys that got 100,000 plus subscriptions that are bringing in money for YouTube. They're kind of leaving those guys alone, and
Sure looks
they're
that way, doesn't
practicing
it?
selective enforcement on us little guys, and that's just malicious. We've had people in the side chats on some of the recent forums and live streams saying, "Oh, YouTube's not out to get you," and they're not being. Yeah, they are. They're picking on us for no good reason, and you're not going to convince me otherwise. But so hence the move to look for other regimes to go house our videos and to do what we've been accustomed to doing here. So
See, Dave Thorzak is there. Willie Bullet Man, West Covina Dodge. Man, we got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them here. A lot of you guys, we were shooting a shit here and didn't get to them. New Texarkana, James Pollard. Yeah, James had a video taken down for talking about a pot. Really?
right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
They're going after casting, and they're never the newer videos. They got plenty of new ones to pick on, but I guess they saved that for later for the third strike.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get away from the feeling, and I could be all wet about this too. I'm not a fear monger necessarily, but we have an election year coming up, and the left knows that the shooters and the reloaders and the gun community has a voice, and I can't help but feel that YouTube is wanting to squelch that voice as best they can, and shutting us down so that we don't have a voice in the election year. I'd be willing to bet that come election time in November, you'll see most of us shut down for one reason or the other. They'll find a way, some reason to give us all that third strike and say you're done. Wouldn't surprise me. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of my feeling.
Well, Taco had 2 strikes quite a while ago, and he told me usually they laid off of me after 1 strike. I've had several strikes, but he told me that after 2, they kind of are hesitant of giving you the third because that's a final kicking you out for good. And so he said they'll just go back and then start striking you again after the 90 days. And I hope that's true, but if not, I joined Trump's site, and I think Trump can pull it off. All these other sites, no action. I think Trump's site can pull it off.
Yeah, and Uncle Jim, I know you were talking about that earlier, and I haven't looked at it yet.
But
if it says Trump on it, I'm kind of in favor already.
Well, yeah, right now you have to wait in line type of deal because they're going to have huge volume once this is going to open up any day now, but they're going to have such a huge volume. They were very smart in just giving you a reservation and then opening it up and just let it flow in without it getting crashed from all the people, because there's going to be a ton of people going there. So they're doing it, in the right way so it doesn't crash the site. So you might want to get in on there and wait your turn.
Yeah.
All these other sites suck. You don't have any action. It's not like YouTube. I joined the Ramble. I hate Ramble. It sucks. Odyssey is awesome. It automatically downloads and saves all your videos. And so I have Odyssey saved so I can always reboot them from there. But if YouTube kicks me off, I'm going to change my name and put all my old casting videos up immediately. Screw them. Let them work for it, So that's that.
I thought about that too, that, if it comes to that, maybe it'll be towards the end of this year, when everybody gets booted and we all ought to go together, upload all of that stuff on a given pre-programmed day and just blast them with all of that stuff.
That's exactly what I'd say to do is change the title of the videos and say your name is 2. You put a 2 after it. And then just blast them with the old videos. That's what I'm going to do. If they give me a third strike, I'm just going to blast them. I could be John Smith. And then people are going to say, "Isn't that Uncle Jim?"
Yeah. And so far, you guys that know me and followed my other stuff, you've seen that I'm putting stuff up on Rumble. For me, that's a lifeboat, for this sinking ship that we call YouTube right now. And I'm going to go there. There are things that I like and things that I don't like about Rumble.
Rumble's
and I just picked one, to be honest with you, and it looked like one that a few of the other guys were going to go to for now. I doubt that it will be the bottom line for me. It doesn't have enough of what I need. And we've talked about this before. I want one site. I don't want to do Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all. I don't have time for that. I have other lives that I want to go lead. I want to upload my videos one time for the folks that want to learn stuff that I know how to do. And that's all I want to do. I don't want to do it in 47 different places. I want it to be one place. And it may be a while before we get that one place dialed in. And maybe it'll be the Trump site. It's not Rumble yet. Rumble's not there yet.
I don't know if anyone has a Rumble phone app, but just manually, I put one video up, and that was a nightmare. It just took forever. I'm used to boom, bang, pow.
That's what I found out. It takes so long. I uploaded some stuff last summer. I uploaded a couple videos, and so I'm there, but I didn't upload a lot more stuff because it takes so damn long.
But if you have Odyssey, they just throw all your YouTubes over there immediately, and you're done. And you can save them and download them again.
That's a good feature.
I put a couple up there, and I put a couple up somewhere else. YouTube. I got them sprinkled around all over the place, but none of them interact like YouTube does.
No, I think I have 5 or 6, and they're nothing like YouTube. YouTube's so easy, and even though they suck, it's just so you guys know it. I can edit and throw a video up there in minutes.
Yeah.
And the others are different. Yeah.
Now, I got to say, Uncle Jim, my experience at Rumble isn't that it's any harder than YouTube, nor does it take any longer. They both take about the same time. I watch my bandwidth flow go, and it takes me about the same amount of time to upload to Rumble as it does to YouTube. And that could be a function of my ISP and my router and my computer and all that other kind of stuff. But it takes me about the same amount of time and about the same number of mouse clicks to upload something to Rumble as it does to YouTube. I have not seen an issue there for me, and again, depending on your hardware and software, it might be different for
do you have an app? Do you have an app for it or what?
Okay, so here's what I do when I'm out in the garage shooting video.
You're using a computer, Walter. You're using a computer.
Jamie, you got photobomb, Jamie, and this one's better. She's way cuter. Hi, sweetie. All right. But so I'm out and I shoot my video on my iPad. I'm not going to go buy a $1,000 camera. I'm not going to buy another $200 camera. I'm going to use my iPad and my iPhone. I carry those right into the house. I have an Apple desktop computer. I select the videos on my iPad that I want to upload to the computer. I say push it over to the iMac, and it does that wirelessly. I use iMovie, which is Apple's movie editor on the desktop computer. Do whatever editing, put my titles in, all that kind of stuff, and then save that video. Then I go right to YouTube on the computer.
Yeah, see, I go straight from the phone, everything. Video, editing, upload, and on YouTube, I can edit a video in minutes and throw it up there in minutes. But when I went to do it, I just did one. But when I did it from the phone without an app, it had to wait to download it, and then it had a second one doing it, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? The others aren't that hard."
Yeah, that didn't happen to me, Uncle Jim. So when I'm done with what I'm doing in iMovie, I save the video to my hard drive on the computer. Then I go in on my browser to YouTube there, drag and drop the video there. That's how I've been doing it. iMovie will let you load directly to YouTube without having to do that step. But there's other things that I want to do in intermediate, and that is, things like put in a splash screen or a comment or that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's how I do it. A 20-minute video for me on my system that I have at home takes me almost an hour to upload to YouTube, and maybe about that or even a little bit less to Rumble. So when I push a 20-minute video over there, it's going to tell me, okay, 58 minutes to get it, and then YouTube comes in and says we're processing and we're doing your high def stuff and all kinds of other stuff. So it takes it a long time for me to get it up there, and that's with supposedly a reasonable ISP through our cable provider. I get good download speed. The upload speed sucks, but
yeah, I'm out in the boonies and I upload a little over a minute per minute. So probably 20-minute video, I gotta wait not even 10 minutes. No way. But I do 720 and 1040, 1030, whatever it is. 10, what is it? 10 whatever.
1080. I uploaded my first video to Rumble today. Yeah, I know. I made a video. I know y'all's teeth are falling out. But so we lost the host. What in the wide world of sports is going on? Are we even still on YouTube? I don't know.
It's his connection. He'll be back.
He'll be back. But I loaded up a 6-minute, 4-second video, and it took 2 minutes and 30-something seconds.
Yeah, so that's pretty quick. That's faster than what I got going on. And my cable provider that does my internet as well as the TV and my landline phone and stuff, they're notorious for throttling you back. When they see that you're starting to use a lot of bandwidth. I think that's what I'm going to call them on it. And there's workarounds for it. I'm just too lazy to do it. But so I can't say that Rumble is any better or worse than YouTube. Well, yes, I can. Rumble has some things that they do that I don't like. Actually, they have some things that they don't do that YouTube does do. For example, when I go onto Rumble, and there's no way that I can, click a little bell button, notifications button, and see where all my comments were, like we can on YouTube. And I like that about YouTube. I can go on once a day. I can go click the little button up here, and it says all the people that commented on my videos, and I can go respond to those guys, one by one, and get them responded to. Rumble, you can't do that. I get an email that says, hey, so-and-so responded, to one of your videos. And then I have to go find that. I have to navigate to that video from the email to respond to that person, which I want to do. That's one of the things that I feel that I should do. If someone takes the time to leave a comment, I want to go read the comment and respond to them for that. So I don't like that about Rumble, but
we are getting a good many. Like I've already got views and comments on my video, and it's not been up but about an hour. So my problem is finding our group, and I know there's a lot of our group that's already over there, and that's
Yep.
encouraging me. And I think most any website, like Uncle Jim mentioned, Odyssey. I was uploading my videos to BitChute for a while, and I wasn't getting any views or any comments or anything like that over there. But the reason I was doing it was for a backup for YouTube, and they were all automatically going there when I loaded them up to YouTube. But
Yep.
that stopped. And
one of the other things and again, I've been on Odyssey. Listen to me talk. I've been on YouTube or somebody tell me I'm not 75 years old. I've been on Rumble for 2 days. And one of the things that I've noticed, and like you said, Jamie, I'm getting lots of responses, but they're from users whose handles I don't recognize. And I can kind of tell by their comments that they're people that I should know, but they're not using the same handle as they did over on YouTube. And so I would say, for you guys that come over to Rumble or Odyssey or the new Trump site, if you're going to pick a new handle and start making comments, say, hey, I used to be so-and-so on YouTube. So we know who you are.
Well, it's not quite that easy because when you go over to Rumble, Odyssey, whatever, a lot of times, a lot of their handles are already taken. Like MCK was already taken.
Yeah.
So he's MCK lowercase Mark after that.
Right. But they can come on and and make a comment and say, hey, I'm so and so. And they say right in their comment,
Right.
This is me over on YouTube. This is who I am, even though my handle here on Odyssey is such and such. On YouTube, I was this guy. So now, I know who you are now. And I know your first name and everything else.
Well, I was having a similar discussion about this with one of my good buddies, and there's guys that are X on YouTube, and they're Y on Discord, and then they're something else. There's Z over on Rumble or whatever, and I'm like, I thought the idea was you follow up, you make videos, you form a group of people that subscribe to you and they enjoy your content that you make and so forth and so on. And then you might have to make a video to get them to go and say, hey, I'm posting stuff at Rumble, Odyssey, whatever. And I'm really interested in that Trump side as well, Uncle Jim. You're going to have to let me know what that exactly the name of that place is. Some of the guys were asking about it in the side chat. But then it dawned on me.
Hank Strange is using something. Hank Strange is using something different to stream. I don't know if I'm not a regular watcher, but I turned his thing on one night. Hell, there they are on YouTube, broadcasting, and they're all holding guns. And I can't remember the name of starts with an I. But yeah, whenever he does a broadcast, it goes out to multiple sources. And so, but I don't understand how he's twisting that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Utreon, Miss Kitty's got it there.
Yeah. What I was getting at though is some guys hold their privacy more important than views, comments. Look, we just want and like me and Dave were talking earlier, we were texting back and forth. You know, there's power in a firearm, and it's more than what you would consider just go shooting. But it's not just in firearms. It could be motorcycles. It could be like what I say in him. It could be pipe tobacco, whatever. It's a link of you to another person in a similar interest, in a common interest that will break down barriers, because we go through life and we walk right by people all day, every day, and don't even speak to them. You know what I mean? But when you get to that point where, you know, hey man, I like your bike, or that's a nice gun, and you'd be surprised how many people I've talked to at the range, you know, just shooting and stuff like that. But it breaks down those barriers that we have that separate us as human beings, and it prevents us from living our life in a capsule, isolated, from being hermits, if you will. And on YouTube, we've all made friends that we would like. For example, there is absolutely no way in this town that I live in, if it wasn't for YouTube, I would know any of you guys.
Right.
But at the same time, because of YouTube, I've found you guys. I've grown to like and love you guys, and we do similar things, and we make videos about it, and we've grown a bond that's life lasting, lifelong friendships and relationships with people that we otherwise would never have met. And for that, you got to be thankful for YouTube for that, and if nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and we, like you said, Jamie, we can't deny that about YouTube, that it's helped to make the world a smaller place, and it's helped to bring people closer together, of all races, creeds, and colors than they ever would have been had it not been for this kind of interaction, you know, that we see, you know, with this guy down here, you know, and that guy over there, and, you know, that guy down there. And like you said, we've made friends that we would not have made before. And it helps us all to realize that in many ways, we are really all cut from the same piece of cloth. And that's a hard fact to materialize in your brain without actually talking to somebody and without actually talking to the other pieces of cloth. It's hard to get a hold of that. And that's partly why we've had a racism issue in this country forever. It's partly why we have such disparity between our political parties. It's because we don't talk together enough. You know?
Isolation.
Yep, exactly.
Isolation.
Well, you know, I mean, you ever see somebody on the street and you, for some reason, you want to talk to them, but you go, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. You know what I mean? Just because.
Well,
Yeah.
K24, that's probably because her husband's 6'4" and weighs 280, and there's not an ounce of fat.
That would be number one.
Maybe.
That would be number one right there.
No.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
so the Rumble thing. So the Rumble thing, I'm pretty sure there's channels in there. And I think at one point I saw a channel that said firearms. And I went back and looked later and I couldn't find it. But when you go to post your video, I'm quite sure there wasn't a category to put your video, which is what, you know, would be pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't see that either. When I go post a video, it just kind of posts it under my channel, which is under my, you know, username. And they don't offer playlists, which is another thing I don't like about them. So that I can't categorize, I can't go in, if I'm going to do bullet casting, I can't have a playlist for my M&P molds. I can't have another playlist for my Lee molds. I can't have another playlist for my Hensley and Gibbs molds. It's all in a straight line in the order that I uploaded them,
Mhm.
and with no way to kind of sort and categorize. So maybe they'll work that out. But like you said, K24, there just didn't seem to be a way to separate my stuff, my firearm related stuff, from the snow skiers. And
Right.
Okay, Vanessa Kitty. She says, I use Utron to watch Hank Strange's show. What is maybe you know what the expanse of Utreon is? Is that something that's, $30 a month or, that sort of thing?
I think Broke Loader saying he's still confused on their licensing, and I don't think any of us has got that figured out quite yet. But
yeah, they've got like
Yeah.
4 different categories of licensing. And from what I saw, some of it was you can give Rumble exclusive rights to your video. Once you put it up there, you can't get it back. It's all theirs. Then there's varying grades below that, where,
Yep.
if you're going to be monetized, you can be monetized, but you can take your videos down whenever you want. And there's more percentage of monetization if you go to whatever category it is that Rumble gets more of the money, or anyway. And it strikes me that I can't remember now, but I think it's the one that says, does it say private, for private use or something like that? And there's 4 choices, and from left to right, it's the third one over, the one that I picked, that says, hey, yeah, you can go pull your videos down whenever you want, and Rumble doesn't get to keep them. And that's fine with me. I'm not in this to make any money. I could care less whether I make a penny off of any of my videos. Right. I'm here to share my knowledge and my abilities with people who are dumb enough to watch it.
Well, yeah,
and,
if you start,
I don't have a YouTube store, or I don't get monetized or any of that kind of stuff. That's not why I'm there. So what do I care about the money?
yeah, if you start getting money for your videos, you're going to start calling your videos work. That's what they all do.
Well,
They
and
say
not
it's
only
so
that, I just
hard.
saw some news today that says that IRS has a new thing coming in for 2022, that if you receive over $600 in a calendar year from PayPal and similar sources, that they have to issue a 1099-K or whatever it is to the IRS, and you're going to have to start paying income tax on that. Even though, if you're making money on your casting videos, you didn't get to claim those moles as a business expense. The IRS is going to take money from you if you collect on it. So that's a new one apparently that's going into effect this year in 2022. And so PayPal is going to have to start issuing 1099s.
and see, that's liberalism.
At its best.
That's Democrats taxing your air, buddy. I mean,
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I try not to get political, but
pretty hard not to in these days, Jamie. You're forgiven. I started it.
well, that's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But I did get my first video uploaded over on Rumble. I've got some comments and people are watching it already, so that's pretty cool. And I'll probably upload it to YouTube here in a few days. But I want to give Rumble, I want to give them a chance. Let's see what happens. And the reason I'm like that is so many of our friends are like, we're going to Rumble and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically the only reason I did that. But
Yeah.
And I'm kind of there too, Jamie. We're sort of looking at, our YouTube ship is sinking and we need a lifeboat. And that was a close by one. So we're all kind of climbing on it. And if it floats, good. If it doesn't, then we'll find another one. That's just, but for now, I don't want to lose my subscribers altogether. I want a place for my videos to go. They can come and I can interact with those folks. And as you said, Jamie, a lot of them are now, I consider, good friends, like this gentleman who just joined us, who lives in my home state here behind behind the lead curtain of California.
Behind the enemy lines, basically.
Yeah. And Willie's only a couple 100 miles from me. He's not far, but we need a place where we can keep going, and if they end up kicking us all off, and they may not end up kicking us off on YouTube, but I want my back foot, on something that floats back there. So that's why I went to Rumble. And Jamie, I haven't seen your video because I've been yakking here and uploading stuff. So I'll go check yours out too and make sure I make a comment.
Let me say something about that. You guys, if you'll go over, my problem right now is I can't find all my friends to subscribe to, so I can't see their videos.
Right.
So if you'll go to one of mine or Walter's videos and leave a comment, and I'll go over there and I'll check Walter and all of his comments, and then I'll check my one video and find the guys that have made comments on my video, and then I'll make sure I subscribe to any and everybody that I recognize. And probably, if you're making a comment on my or Walter's video over there, I'm going to subscribe to you and start watching your stuff over there as much as I can.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I got like two videos there, and maybe a total of like 9 views or something like that. But I didn't really reach out and look for anybody at the time. Now I know, pretty much a good handful of people that are there now.
Yeah. And to me, it's important that if you change your avatar or your screen name on Rumble to something other than what it was on YouTube, tell me that in your comments. Say, hey,
that's the hard part.
I'm Willie Jive Around, but I used to be Willie Bullet Man on YouTube.
That was good. I got to make that channel. But that's the problem, is a lot of people are changing their name on over there, and it's like, well, some people couldn't, get their channel name on Rumble because it was already taken. You know? So it makes it kind of hard. Thank goodness mine wasn't. No one's gonna want my dumb channel name. But I got to say one thing, Jamie, slide off to the right. Did everyone see this big, bad, beautiful chair he got now? Oh,
I see that.
He got the
comfort.
chair.
He got a chair.
My stepson bought it for me for Christmas.
A lot of us got jailed from YouTube. Jamie got the chair.
I'm telling you.
Well, on Rumble, you can go to, you'll have groups. So once if you go to your settings, you can find your group, but you have to find them first, and then you'll have your group. It's kind of like, what was it?
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I saw something.
Yeah, it was kind of like, what was the one we used to use for live chats? Google.
Damn it.
Google. Anyway, Hangouts. Yeah, it's like Hangouts. If you go to your settings, you can create a group, and then all your group, every time someone does a video, you're informed. But it's still like one of the worst sites. I got 6 of them, and this is like the worst one to use. I don't know why.
Well, I'm confident that we'll get it sorted out, and it may take a year before, or even more. I mean, look how long it took to build up YouTube to where it is now. But it may take a while for somebody to come in, and Uncle Jim, it could be the Trump site.
I think it's going to be. If they'll
listen to us and say, hey, here's what we want and here's what we need.
No,
and if they're willing to listen to that and set it up,
if there's
for our parameters, then I'm in.
If there's a site that has a chance, it's Trump's site and his affiliates, his investors, because Trump. And that is going to be the one that can compete. The other ones, you don't get no action. And again, I got like 5 or 6 of them, and it's no action. But the Trump one, because of Trump, you got all those, you got at least 60% that are just going to jump there right now. And that's why it's standing room only trying to get in.
Yeah, and that should improve with time. And like I said, maybe these other sites, will improve. Also, I know the First Amendment folks are having issues as well. A lot of the religious, channels are getting the same kind of treatment as the gun channels from YouTube. So maybe between the several groups that are being dissed by YouTube, if enough of them start jumping ship, that one company or the other, or even several, will start stepping up their game and saying, hey, here's what all of these people want. And our shooting population, guys, we're not a little group. Not anymore. There were 40 million new firearm ownerships this year. Half of them went to women and 25% were to minorities. You want to talk about a big shift in the paradigm for the Democrats? So there are a lot of folks that are new firearm owners that want to get out and shoot, want to learn how to shoot, want to learn, what's this ammo thing all about? How do I go about making my own? Because I can't buy it in the store now that I have this new Glock 19. Yeah. I think that this coming year, that's all going to come down to a great big deal in our favor. And for me, I've got two neighbors, brand new gun owners. One of them's a female, one of them's a young guy, and they see me out in the garage. One of them came by today. I'm out there casting away, and hey, you shoot? Yeah. What are you doing here? I tell them, and they say, where do you go shoot? I said, let me tell you about my gun club, and which is local. And they said, I didn't know we had one. I said, yeah, you can go out. You go out there, or I'll take you out there, whatever. And we'll get you started, get you some instruction. But I think all of us, everybody that's in our group knows somebody who's a new owner or a new reloader or a new caster, and we need to lift them up and boost them along and bring them into the fold and get them to understand that the Second Amendment is something that we need to keep, preserve, cherish, and pass on to the next generation, and not let it fall, into a shallow grave because of the left-wing guys. We need to preserve that, and that's one of the things that we can do. There's enough folks out there that are now itching to go shoot, and we need to help them, in that respect. I think, anyway. Not this little one. She's too little, Jamie. Hi, sweetie.
Rigby.
She already has a Daisy BB gun.
You got a Daisy?
Yeah, but Jackie runs out the bad guys if you're getting trapped by them.
I understand. Kind of. I have a Daisy.
Yeah, we had a little one, just a little older than her, and I pull up and she jumps out of the car and goes, "Look at my new rifle." she had a 1022 in her hand. Yeah, she had a 1022 in her hand. So yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a little different around here. People kind of grow up on them around here.
Can't go wrong with the 1022.
We're Marlin Model 60 people in our house. So.
I got a gun 27.
You got a what?
I said I had a gun 27.
She don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, well, she learned that from you.
Gun 27.
Oh, the little ones are life, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but those 1022s are hard to beat. But I've had a Marlin Model 60 for a long time. I've never owned a 1022. I need to get one just to play with it, or maybe
they're fun. What, did Jim leave?
Yeah.
Oops. I hope he comes back. I hope he didn't leave because of me. I hope not.
And Jamie, my first rifle, other than a BB gun, was the Marlin. Yeah. And I broke it. I don't know. I shot it so much. Finally, the bolt broke. I don't know what I did to it, and we just kind of trashed it. And then I didn't have another 22 long gun until 1976, and I bought a 1022, and so it's got the roll mark on it that says manufactured in the 200th year of American liberty. And I still have that 1022. That's a great rifle. I love that thing, just because it's old and because I've had it for 40 something years.
Sorry, I didn't mute my mic, guys. Apologize.
Yeah,
It's okay this time, Willie. Just don't do that crap no more, man.
yeah. Just
No,
don't be
no more.
Don't be treating us that way anymore, Willie.
I'm telling you, my wife was telling me about a dog with some disease. I'm like, shh, be quiet. My mic's on.
There's your link, Uncle Jim. Come back on in here, man.
Yeah, get back in here, Jim.
Didn't mean to knock you off because of my Model 60 comment.
Oh, I still got my Model 60 my dad bought me, and I need to do a little repair on it, because I was an idiot kid trying to take stuff apart. That bottom screw, I can't tell you how many times I messed that thing up with the wrong butter knife and everything else, I got to replace some parts.
Yeah.
Mine is a Model 6079. It was some kind of commemorative edition thing. It's got the squirrel carved in the stock, and it's got the gold trigger and all that crap. But
Yeah.
I bought one of those stocks off eBay thinking it would work with mine, and it's a total different trigger housing on it. So I might have to send you that stock if I find it, Jamie.
Yeah, the great thing about a 22 is it's like an AR. You can do whatever you want with it: barrels, triggers, everything, stocks.
Oh yeah, it's like owning a Kawasaki KLR 650 motorcycle. There's aftermarket parts. You can go to any, one horse town in
You can make it a match
country.
rifle. Yeah,
And,
it could be. A
they
match
put the same
rifle.
parts in that thing as they do in their snowmobiles and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's plenty of aftermarket. Hey, I want to make a comment about what Dave, Thorzax 766 says. He says, I hate how the big boys on YouTube are not fighting for us as a whole. They're bought and paid for by the super channels, and I think that's right. We all know some of the great big channels, and I subscribe to a few of them. There's a couple of guys out there that I like to watch their channels, but I'm not seeing anything from them in support of us little guys. We turn around and watch them every day, or every other day whenever they put up a video. Where's the love over here?
Well,
It's not happening.
Yeah, if you make money, you're going to protect, you're going to covet, and you're going to be safe, and you're not going to be yourself.
Right.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, well, not only that, but if they're getting videos taken down, they're still making money. All right, they're not happy about it, but they're still making money.
Yeah.
well,
Hit them in the wall.
let's go back to talking about 22s and all the stuff. A Model 60 is a Model 60, and it's just a Marlin semi-automatic rifle. The 1022 now, you can do like what Uncle Jim was saying. You can make.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think you can do a Model 60 barrel swap around, can you?
Well, it's
Not easy.
It's got
Yeah, that's
that-
what I was thinking.
it's got that tube magazine, but you can go on Brownells and you can buy every single part and build a 1022 ever how you want it. And I mean, it's almost like an AR-15 in that respect.
You can make a match shooter with a kid barrel and a kid trigger, or you can have a plinker. You can have, there's so many aftermarket, and you can have 25 rounds, 50 round drum. I think I have 6 of them, and they're just
All right, so
they're versatile,
Yeah.
we got G.
Yeah.
Fishner. He's got a question here. Has anyone had powder coat flake off after baking?
No.
I have. I've
Wow.
had one or two that have.
Wow.
When
It
I first
usually
started
gets plain,
powder
doesn't
coating.
stick. Go ahead, Walter.
It doesn't happen very much. When I first started powder coating, I had a couple, we did the smash test on, and they would flake. And I haven't had any lately. I went through like a lot of us have, G Pistner, a bunch of different colors from half a dozen different companies, and 99% of them are good coaters and they don't come off. But I did have a couple that did, and I couldn't tell you which ones they are now. But it does happen periodically. Some powders just don't want to stick to that lead very well, and it could be that it was a humid day when you coated, and that, there was moisture on the bullets, or it could have been the powder itself just was not a good one for lead. But
let me show you.
I have had it happen a couple times.
And the only reason I've got this here is because I just did a video about it. But check this out. Can you see those? And I'll pick one of them up and show them to you. This is Lyman 35844.
429.
And that's just there you go. Semi-wad cutter and one lube groove, one crimp groove.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll weigh probably about 158 grains. There you go.
Yep.
But that's Eastwood Mirror Red, and Eastwood Mirror Red has become probably my favorite powder coat. But Jesse B. Outdoors bought some, and he couldn't get it to work for anything.
Right.
And then I bought some Eastwood V Twin Orange. That is the absolute worst powder coat I've ever tried to use in my life. It just will not coat. And I did a video on that too.
Yeah, I remember when Jesse did his Mirror Red, and I even did a VR to him about Mirror Red, because it's been one of my go-tos. It works so well every time. Nice smooth finish, no lumpiness or any of that kind of stuff. And he couldn't make it work to save his soul. And then I think it was he did Eastwood Navy Blue. I think it was Jesse that did that one. And I couldn't make that one work. It didn't stick for me. And he had good results with it. So environmental, how
there are some powders. Brian, CW Longshot, had a blue that didn't work for him. I figured, you know what, send it to me. Maybe humidity difference would work. Didn't work at all. The only way it worked was with Andy's gun, powder coat gun. That was the only way it stuck.
Right, I remember that one too. So G. Pistner, you just got to try them. You got to accept the fact that you're gonna spend $12 on a half a pound of this stuff one time or the other, and it won't work. And you either toss it or ship it off to somebody else, see if they can make it work, whatever. It's just going to happen. We have a few that everybody can make work. If you can't make Ford Light Blue from Eastwood work, then it's you.
That's
right.
That's what I wanted to ask. That's what I wanted to ask G. Pistner. If what else he's used. If there's something else that works good for him.
It sounds, I'm no expert, but it sounds to me like he might not have got them cooked completely.
That's what I'm wondering too.
Could have been. Well, look at that one. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie, go ahead.
The Ford Light Blue has been all of our number one. That's the first powder coat we ever used, all of us. Because way back in the day, that's what Elvis Ammo was using. And he said, hey, man, this works. And it did. I have never had a failure with Ford Light Blue.
And guess what? It works great when it hits the berm, unlike a lot of other powders.
Yeah.
But that's what he's having problems having it flake off. I'm thinking he might not. 400 degrees, 20 minutes. It'll work.
Yeah.
And
preheat the bullets.
Wait a second. You can
if you're in a cold environment or if you're in a humid environment, preheat those bullets up to about 120 degrees for maybe 5 minutes in your oven first. Not hotter than that. Doesn't need to be hotter than that, but warm them up. Get rid of any moisture that's on there, and then shake and bake them. And he said, and I'm scrolling back up, he said, I was using Ford Light Blue, and when I pour them in my bucket, it pulled off and flaked. that's almost sounding like there's something already on those bullets.
Yeah, it sounds like something got sprayed on, some oil or something. You
Well,
know?
when you cast, don't mess with them too much. Go immediately to powder coating. Don't, yeah, I can, touch them and everything, but go from casting to powder coating. It works.
Yeah,
But there are some powders that, again, I hate to say it, I'm going back to CW, that gold color one. It looked beautiful when he pulled it out of the oven, but when he water quenched it, it all came off the bullet.
right. I remember that one. Yeah.
That made me go like shake my head going, what is up with that? Was it, you got to let it air cool all the way before you touch it? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, is he doing it on a screen or what?
he had a mesh. I think he has his standard mesh baskets.
Okay,
like,
if you use a mesh basket, let it cool for a little bit, but not too much. And that way it won't tear off the basket and leave those.
Oh, no, it didn't tear, Jimmy. It literally, you could see it dissolve off the bullet. It was crazy how it did it. It just like dissolved right off it. It was like crazy shit.
All right.
Makes me think, let it air cool all the way down and maybe it would stick, but is that really going to work?
Well, if you let it cool all the way down on the basket, then you get a problem. There's a sweet spot on the basket when you dump it. That's the trick. A lot of people have problem with baskets, but if you get it, if you have it's all feeling, if you let it cool just a little while and then dump it, it'll be perfect and it won't tear. You won't have those marks and all that stuff.
And if you do have a big block of them, throw them in a box and shake them around. They'll break apart. Don't use pliers and hammers. And
yeah, if it's peeling, it sounds like something's on the bullet, which shouldn't be there. Even if you're touching them, you can sort through them and still powder coat them.
Yeah, but, and that's what it sounded like from what Mr. Pistner was saying. He said, when he put it in the bucket, it pulled off. So I don't know how long. I don't know.
He might not cooked it all the way.
Well, another thing is play with your temperatures. These little tiny ovens are really, they're hot cold when that burner goes on. You can't trust the temperature on those little basket ovens. And so you got to watch out for that and play with it. Try 350. Okay, try 350 for 15 minutes.
They're usually a little on the hot side.
Yeah, you got.
I'm gonna wire a thermocoupler into mine and try my PID on it.
Yeah, you have to know. You have to know your ovens, because I have a big one and a small one, and they're both totally different how they work.
Oh yeah,
totally different.
And you can get the little cheapy oven thermometers, and they're probably no more accurate than the thermostat on your baking oven. But I put one of those in there, and
they're
tested
$5,
and it said 400 degrees when I had it set at 400 degrees, so it's okay, good to go. And for my experience, when I set mine at 400 degrees, and it's a relatively small little oven, and run them for 20 minutes, even if I start it from a cold oven, that Eastwood Ford Light Blue sticks like glue. It does not come off, and you guys have seen my stuff. I usually stand mine up on parchment paper. Every once in a while, I'll do the Utah basket trick thing. But most of the time I stand them up and I dump them right from the oven. Boom, that second they go right into the water and quench them. And that gives me a point or two more on hardness. And it never flakes. Not even a little bit.
Didn't Elvis?
I've never had that either.
Do it for like 10 minutes. He did different timings before. I thought he did 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And the Ford Light Blue seemed to cook off real fast. And it pours. I've never had the powder. I've never used it, but Jim sent me some of his bullets, and you can just see it just coats it beautiful. Nice shine, smooth coating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very flowy powder, and it's trickier on the basket. But if you add a little Harbor Freight white to it, and that's what Elvis does. When Elvis did that gigantic thing of it, gigantic pile, he cheated because he used a little Ford white in it, or a little Harbor Freight white in it, and that's a different material, and it keeps it from flowing so much, and it doesn't stick so much, and that's a neat trick. I've done that. But it's very, Ford Light Blue is very flowy. Same with Aqua and some other of those powders.
Yeah, the gray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Mr. Pishner, so all I can tell you is keep trying with it, and try next batch of bullets. Try to not handle them. Try preheating them if you haven't done that before. Stick them in your basket into the oven at 120 degrees for 5 minutes or so.
And also, if you're,
and then your second batch that you're going to do, you put that in your basket on top of your oven while the first batch is cooking down there at 400 degrees, and they'll be just about right, the ones on top, to come back out and coat.
Okay, so here's an idea. Let's say he's got a used oven, and it was used to broil hamburgers. It could be possible that got hot, contaminated some of those bullets, dripped onto the powder. All it took is the water to send it away, huh?
Yeah, that could be it.
well,
That's a possibility. I hadn't thought of that.
only if it dripped off the boiler section, the broiler.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if the oil hit the roof, and when you finally got it the right temp, it might have started, dripping down a little bit. Who knows? I mean, or he could have accidentally had dinner and had oil on his hands and not realize it and touched the bullets. And we don't know. We weren't there to do it. So I like Jim says, I try not to touch them, but I'm not afraid to touch them before I powder coat them.
Yeah, I've handled them. No problem. No problem.
What?
Wash your hands, of course, but no problem. I always handle and sort them first and then throw them in. But also another thing is people that have high humidity and problems like that, take your powder coat container, your shaker, and set it on top of the oven and get that powder coat a little warm too. Not hot, just warm. Just set it on top, and that'll help you when it's cold or humid. And then you can warm your bullets also. But I've never.
And he's saying he
never
did
seen it.
preheat, and it excuse me, that the oven was only used for arc rods warming.
Welding rods, yeah.
Well, maybe the welding rods arc gas out. Who knows?
Welding rods believe it. There's a lot. We have a couple. There's you can get some off gases of something, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, 6-shooter Texan. I had the same thing happen on one of my little ovens. I didn't realize, like we're saying, the temperature. I put my bullets in at 400 and came back, and I had a big pile of lead melted. My oven cooked way too hot and melted my lead.
Yeah, the little,
I wasn't happy.
Yeah, when you have those little toaster ovens, which most people use, if you have a gauge on there, the temperature goes way up and then it goes down. Whenever it clicks on and those burners go on, it goes way up and then it goes down, up and down. So you turn it down to compensate.
The amount of lead mass you have in that oven at any given time will affect what's going on there too. Because
sure, if you have a big pile of bullets, it's not sucking up. It's spreading the heat out. If you have a small batch, like 20 bullets in there, it's sucking all the heat in that little bit of lead, and you might have problems.
Yeah.
So
This is my theory, and I don't know what his method is. I'm a stand-up guy, and I'll admit it. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
Man, what's going on?
But I'm wondering if maybe he was using the basket and had a great big pile of bullets, and it was the 50 that's in the very middle of the pile that didn't get cooked all the way. I don't know. I'm just
that could be it, Jamie.
Could be. But I've never used the Ford Light Blue, so I know it's a great powder. I have too much powder coat already. I got like 35 pounds of powder coat here, and I can powder coat my truck. So there's a lot of colors I want to buy, but I'm like, I got all this red and all this yellow because I bought that Georgia powder, $1 a pound. I'm like, yeah, give me 20 pounds of it. Sure, no problem. Like an idiot,
Yeah, I got tons of it too, and you guys know me. I got the attention span of a Cocker Spaniel puppy. I get bored, every 15 minutes whether I need it or not. So I like to try different stuff.
Walter,
Partly why I have so many molds.
You have the attention span of a squirrel.
You're right.
Squirrel.
He wants to get that
You're right.
net.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
dude. But so I got
Shiny.
lots of powder coat colors. I got 6 more colors coming in this week, and that's why I casted today. I didn't have any naked bullets to go powder coat. I'm so bad. I get down to the point and say, man, I got no bullets left to powder coat. I need to go shoot some of this. That's the only reason I go shoot
Yeah,
it.
tell me about it. Tell me about it, man. I go out in my garage and, man, I see jugs and jugs and jugs of 45 bullets and 38 bullets. I don't have to cast for the next 5 years. And I can shoot continuously. You know, that's the beauty of this whole thing, guys. It really is. I mean, we're independent.
Oh, yeah.
We really are.
Yeah.
We don't have to go to the store. We don't go, oh, my God, I'm getting low on bullets. You know,
And there's so many
No,
factors
not.
of the hobby. You know, there's the casting, there's the loading, there's the shooting, there's the getting into the firearms and modifying them and building and all. It's all encompassing. It'll take all of your senses and your motor skills and everything else to get involved with all of that. And so, partly why
I think it's more than a hobby. I think it's a lifestyle.
Absolutely, Dave. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, you know,
It's fun.
and that's it. You know, I was talking earlier to Jamie, and the thing that he was talking about with friends is that, you know, I may not be close friends to some people out there, but I'm going to tell you what, I have found lifelong friends because of firearms and because of having that interest and having that, you know, it's more than just a hobby. Is what I'm saying. It's more than just a hobby. It's a lifestyle, and it's the way that people choose to live their lives, and you know, they have that like interest with you. Like I was saying with Jamie, you know, you get a group of guys together. Normally, they wouldn't say 2 words to each other, but because of the power of the firearm, all of a sudden, man, you got people exchanging, you know, addresses, and getting to know each other, and going shooting together, and they don't even have to go out shooting. I mean, they can just go out and have dinner someplace or socialize together, you know, and stuff. You end up with lifelong friends over it. It's pretty cool, you know. And so where I'm going with this is that, you know, YouTube, in my opinion, okay, this is just my opinion, YouTube does not like the firearms community because of our Second Amendment right. And what it is that we have a connection throughout this, okay, for like-minded things, and it's because of the intention of the Second Amendment of why we have these rights. It threatens them because they are the power of the pen. You understand? The pen is mightier than the sword. They are the power of the pen. They're trying to pass laws. They're trying to do these things. We're not. You see what I'm saying? We're the people that are, we are the people that have the sword. You understand what I'm saying? So we're a threat to them. And we always will be. You know,
Yeah.
that's why they hate us. They hate us. They literally hate us.
Well, and before, it might have been before you came on, Dave, but we were talking about this, is that we have a couple of things going in our favor, and one is this huge new influx of new shooters, and a lot of them are from the left, and we've got to go out and embrace those people and bring them in and say, you know, we're like you, you know, we're not bad people, we're not gun nuts, you know.
No, we're not.
We're regular people who enjoy going out to the range and punching holes in paper or ringing steel and hunting and feeding the family, and that, you know, we're not jerks, we're not criminals. You know, we're good folks.
We're not people that have bats in our attic, okay?
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Careful there.
You got bats in your attic, Uncle Jim?
Oh yeah, always.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got hummingbirds in his garage.
But
Or hummingbird.
the other
And I know Jim hates the hummingbirds.
The other good news is their side is failing and the left is sick of it, and the far left, you know, they're sick of the far left. So there's a lot of middle right now. There's a lot of middle out there.
Truth, my friends, truth. That is a lot
They're
of truth.
sick.
Jim
They're
said.
sick of the looting and all the defunding the police, and now they're asking why. And they're actually, if you look at the ratings right now, it's pretty bad for the administration right now. So they're cutting their own throats, actually, which is good for us.
Yeah, right.
I think midterms will tell all.
Yeah.
Well, my concern is the left, the people that are in power now are buying votes by their entitlements that they're giving away, and as long as there's people who are snatching all that stuff up, then they're buying votes. Let's be real. They're buying votes by giving away money. There ain't no other way of looking at it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
People vote their pocketbook. So, as a general rule, people
Even Bill Clinton figured that out, Dave, didn't he? You remember it's the economy, stupid?
Yep, and they're tired of gas and they're tired of prices of food right
I
now.
won't say this much about Bill. He was fun.
No, okay. I just went to the.
You know, I mean, I say Bill was fun, but these guys we got now, they're not
Just
fun.
think about it. When he was president, you didn't have a lack of conversation, did you?
I'll tell you what. I went shopping today, and I hate to say it. I went to the store with the W, and I sent Jamie a picture. The shelves are bare. Nothing, hardly anything is there.
One of the famous things that Clinton did, though, when he did that national public apology,
I did not have sexual relations with this woman.
he did that apology. He goes, "In my wife Hillary, I do love her so," and his eyes shifted at that point.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
He was like,
waiting for the frying pan, man. He was waiting for the frying pan, dude, to come out of nowhere, the rolling pin.
Here's another good
He was
one, Dave.
fun. He was fun.
Here's another good one, Dave.
How could you keep a straight face when you say that? Yeah.
Right. When he said that, what Willie Bulletman just said, he says, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." And then real quick, he had to say Monica Lewinsky. What does that mean?
Yeah, there was more than
Yeah.
one.
Come on, think about it, guys.
We gotta
You're
live
supposedly.
this long.
Think about it. You guys are supposedly the most powerful man in the United States, basically. You think he's not banging the girl next door or whoever? Come on now. Every president's done it. He just got stupid, you know?
Yeah, Bill's doing the ugly ones, man.
But that's what I'm saying. But look at his wife.
Look at that. You're the most
She was
powerful man
probably
in the
sitting
world.
right next to him when he
Monica
was
Lewinsky,
doing
what?
Dave,
What's going on with that, Bill?
He's blind. Because look what he married.
Dude.
He's blind.
she was sitting right next to him when he was making that apology, and she had a hold of him like this, and he was like, "Oh,
right.
I did it!
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it, man. She
And
was.
you know-
She was back there at her fist clenched up.
I mean,
Better be good. Oh, yeah.
that reminds me of a joke, but I'm not going there, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
And you guys know that she's thinking about running because she sees Biden, and that's a piece of cake.
Oh, good old Brandon.
It just fixed the votes, and Hillary's running again. Yeah.
The woman who should be in jail.
I don't get it, man. The whole thing's crazy, man.
Yep,
Why would you want to be the
she's thinking.
president now? Unless you're Trump. Why would you want to be the president? You know
My
what I mean?
concern is
DeSantos. Yeah.
my concern's here in Georgia. We got Stacey Abrams running again on the Democratic side. Dave, what's his name's jumped in on the Republican side against Brian Kemp. So they're going to be battling it out, which is going to give the Democrats ammunition for when the general election comes around. And Stacey Abrams is the one who's figured out how to fix these elections. There is no way that governor's race was as close as it was between her And then the next cycle, 2 years later, we get what we had where Trump lost in Georgia, and not just him, but the 2 Republican senators lost in Georgia too. Bullshit.
You know it's rigged. Look, Walter and me, I'm sure Walter voted to get rid of our stupid ass governor. I'm sure he did. And I was in Georgia. When I landed in Georgia, CW calls me, oh, he's still in office. I'm like, wait a minute, they're still counting. Yeah, he won. I'm like, but they're not, the polls aren't even done. Yeah, he won. I'm like, oh my God. Just asinine.
Yeah, if we can get fair elections, it's going to be a landslide, but that's the problem. That's the problem right now.
What country is going to tell them who to put in? That's what I say.
Yeah, Idaho's got it all figured out. Politics is back and forth continuously. It's all, look, and I've said this on several chats before, and I'll say it again if you'll listen. All politics is local. Once a person is elected to office, their number one job is to get reelected. That's the part that's got to stop. Where they go up there and make their career politics.
Yep.
However, you have people like Trump that didn't do it for that, and that's why they tried to get him out so fast.
But let me ask you this. Why is it
Trump? Because he didn't borrow a bunch of money. That was the whole thing. A year before, that the election, they told him, hey, you're going to have to borrow some more money here. And he's like, no, we're not going to borrow anymore. We're getting out of the Middle East.
And he wasn't
Afghanistan. We're not spending that money. We're not going to spend that money. We're going to put it towards something else. And they turned around and said, no, you got to borrow some more money. Well,
and he
guess
wouldn't
what? Borrow the money.
And
then all of a sudden the pandemic, guess what? We're borrowing money. Figure that out. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't take kickbacks either.
Yeah. But you see my point though, until we get term limits in, we quit paying these people. Once they've served 2 terms, they get the same money, the same benefits, and all that stuff for the rest of their life. For the rest of their life. Come on, guys. We got to do better than that. The country is designed to go. You go serve, and you're a public servant. Then when your term is up, you go back and go back to your job and go to work like everybody else does. Let me tell you how to fix this country. You get term limits in 2 terms. That's all. Then you take them off of the Social Security, put them on Social Security, put them on the public health care system. But all that stuff will get fixed miraculously in about 2 terms.
You also have to take away lobbying, okay? Lobbying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
kickbacks and lobbying.
Right.
Yeah, well, look at this. You get put in this Supreme Court. Is that a lifetime job, guys? There's people who've been in there forever. They never get replaced. I mean, what the hell?
That's why it's so hard to get approved to be on the Supreme Court. That's why they have Senate hearings for everyone that's put in there, because it is a lifetime appointment, and it's the only branch of the 3 that is a lifetime appointment. You got to remember, we have the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. It's built that way by the insights of our forefathers, who were absolutely brilliant in that, where we have a system of checks and balances. But
those guys are getting old.
I got to agree with what Jim said. Okay, now Jim's savvy this way. He's seen business. He's been exposed to the way business operates, and one of the ways that when it comes to our lobbyists and it comes to special interest groups, they design it as a business. They design it as a business, and the thing is that the roots are too far into the soil now. We're going to have to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig to get it all out, and so it's gone on way too long. These weeds and briars and that are in our government now are going to take a long time to eradicate. We gotta start somewhere, though.
And
term limits is one way of doing it.
And all these bills on infrastructure and all this stuff, you know, they're getting huge kickbacks from that.
Yeah,
You know,
corruption.
huge
Absolutely.
kickbacks, huge
Yeah.
kickbacks.
And they call it quid pro quo.
Same
Look
with
at all the contractors that do all that work overseas there for Iraq and all that stuff. You know, they put billions of dollars over there, and how you know the accounting and all that stuff is done. I don't know.
Yeah, and then they
it
want
comes right around and goes right back into those politicians' pockets. You know,
yeah,
about
and
half
then
of it.
they want to go green with electric cars and everything that are imported, all the parts here. We're not manufacturing it. And guess who gets the kickbacks? You got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you hear Chevrolet say by 2027 every vehicle they make is going to be electric powered. No, but back to your point, Uncle Jim. To me, lobbying is legalized bribery.
Exactly.
They
That's
call
exactly what it is.
They call it quid pro quo. You do something for me, and I'll do something for you. And that goes back to my original statement about all politics is local. A guy's job once he gets elected is to get reelected. How does he do that? He delivers the pork to the people at home. But there'll be times when, if a bill's important enough, then they will, the parties that be the party head will demand that a person vote the party line on a certain thing. And that's the reason they count votes so closely, is so that, say, K24 is a Democratic representative from whatever state he's from. But if he votes yes on this particular bill, he will not be reelected. So they start counting votes and they say, okay, you can vote no on this one because you won't be reelected. And that's how it all works, guys. That's
Well, you know what? The whole thing, it's obvious. It's just like if I'm a lobbyist, okay, and I walk into a politician's office and I sit down and I say, me and my constituents, my backing, okay, is really against this bill. So what I have here is I have a briefcase of money, okay, and all you got to do is vote no. That's yours. No questions asked. What do you say to that, Senator?
Hey, what I say, someone needs
You
to
know,
get rid of
that's
Dianne
corruption.
Feinstein.
That is absolute, in-your-face corruption. It's exactly what it is. It's evil.
Been doing
we're
that
paying
way a
for
long
it.
time.
And we're
Oh, yeah.
paying for it.
Yeah.
Been that way a long time, Dave.
Well, like I said, the roots are deep in the soil.
Mm-hmm.
It goes way down.
And look what Idaho Rogers USMC says: term limits, end campaign finance, dissolve unions, let the free market do its job. There was a time in this country where we really needed the labor unions, but they have long out. Hey, listen, they had outlived their usefulness by the time Jimmy Hoffa got in my opinion. And all of a sudden, Walter got quiet. We got too political for you, man.
No, I'm just, having fun listening to you young bucks.
Yeah, but come on, Walt. You know you want to get rid of Dianne Feinstein. Come on, please.
Feinstein and our governor, Nancy Pelosi's nephew, whose family owns huge holdings in the solar energy thing, that says we got to have all our cars be electric by 2035.
You want to get rid of
where
Dianne
they're going to get the
Feinstein.
power? Guess where they're going to get the power from his solar energy farm? That turkey.
Well, this is the problem with electric cars. All right, say they can, let's say a car runs between 350 and 400 miles on a tank of gas. You pull in a gas station, you fill the thing back up with gas, and then you hit the road again. Well, they make electric car. It can run. It's going to run between 300 and 400 miles, and then it's out of the battery. what do you do there? Do you swap the battery?
Yeah. You wait till tomorrow until it charges up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how expensive that battery is?
Yeah.
You're not just pulling into Walmart and swapping a battery.
$4,000.
And do you know how environmentally unfriendly a battery is?
Well, and the solar panels to produce electric energy, that they keep touting, they're not carbon free. The carbon footprint of producing a solar panel is huge, and then so is the disposal of those things. They're hazardous materials, and what are you gonna do? Just dig a hole and let a generation 100 years from now dig them up and be polluted? I don't know. Willie, I don't know who's got your power over there. I'm PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric here.
Mm-hmm.
They can't keep up with the power demand now.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I got PG&E is for my gas, and it's freaking something Turlock Industrial. What a crap for the power. It's crazy.
And they can't keep up now, and they want us to run all our cars also on electric power. We can't provide that kind of power. We've got all but one of our state's nuclear plants shut down, and they want to shut the last one down now, which maybe they will, maybe they won't. And they're trying wind and they're trying solar, and we've got kind of a lot of that going on, but it's not keeping up at all. And a storm system that came through our state, which hit the rest of the country a lot harder than it did here in California this last week, it knocks out power. Lines are down, the crews can't get in, and people are in California now have been out of power in the snow for 5 days. Mm-hmm. And PG&E is saying we can't get there from here. Well, what are we going to do with our vehicles when not only can you not heat your house, but you can't drive away from it either? There's no electricity.
This is my thinking. I think and GM's missing the boat on this one. I think what they want, and I think what's going to eventually happen, is every family will have an electric car, but they'll still have a gas-powered car for trips. I think, GM's making all electric vehicles. Well, that's good for me to go to work and back every day, but when I take my family on vacation, or if I drive out to, let's say I'm going to see the Emperor and right around St. Louis, the middle of the country, Springfield, Missouri, wherever. Electric car ain't going to do it. What am I going to do? Drive 300 miles, stop, plug it in at the hotel, and sleep there and wait?
No, you're going to pull out your Harbor Freight generator and charge your car up on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, but those are going to be illegal in California next year too, Willie.
I know. Yeah. And the only way I'm getting an electric car is if my governor hands me a free key and say, here you go. Right. I can't afford no car. Most people can't.
Idaho Rogers says he can't wait to find a guy driving on an electric car in the middle of nowhere with a dead battery and do nothing for him. What you need to do, Idaho, is give him a 1 gallon gas can full of gas. That ought to get you to the next gas station.
Yeah. Once we lay down all the infrastructure, okay, to provide that sort of electricity, there's another thing we have to look at too, and that's corporations. And big corporations like Walmart and places like that. Great big huge parking lots. 75 years from now, you'll pull into a parking lot and they'll have one of those little things like you used to have at drive-in movie theaters. And you can charge your car up while you're in there.
Oh, they have that now, Dave.
Yeah,
in California. They have them all over the place now. Movie theaters, Walmarts. They're going to have to.
Parking lot.
Yeah.
And so,
look at 6 shooters.
While you're shopping or whatever, and we'll charge you a few cents more, but you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah.
Yeah, look at 6-shooter Texan. He's going to have to rewire his whole house to be able to do that.
If it takes 75 amps to charge a car, most of our home our home service is 200 amps. We're going to have to put another panel box just for that.
Yeah.
And where does that energy?
California, Get this, in California, they'll make that illegal, so you actually have to go someplace to charge your car.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes,
And-
they'll say, "Oh no, that's illegal. You can't have that."
Yeah.
in your house."
They'll say your household wiring can't support that.
That's right.
You know?
What if there's a fire? What about the children?
What if there's children? What if you have gunpowder in your garage?
Also, once your batteries go out, do you know how much it costs to replace the batteries on your car?
Oh,
Yeah,
you-
exactly.
The price
You
of
know,
the car.
those little those.
Or you go to sell your car. So like you got to go sell your car.
Stuff. You know the little hitch racks you can get for your car. You know that'll carry a motorcycle, little bike carriers. I bet in 5 years from now, with all those electric cars, every one of them's going to have a hitch rack with a Honda 90 on the back of it.
I'd be willing to bet that when you go down and you buy a car with a battery in it, you're going to have to pay some sort of disposal.
Oh, you know they're
fee,
gonna.
Okay, that you know that it's going to be attached to the manufacturer's list price. They're going to pass that on to you, so that you're going to have to pay this fee to get rid of the battery. Okay, so every time that car sells, every time it sells as a used car, whatever, all these people are going to have to pay that fee for the same goddamn battery.
Oh yeah. It's going to be awful.
You know, I'm all for, natural energy, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. At 20
Right.
years, we're ready, but not now.
Yeah, we're not ready for it.
Yep. We need more efficient and less destructive. Making batteries is very destructive to the environment compared to our clean cars we drive right now.
Yeah.
Right?
So, the water it takes to make those batteries, it's all pollution, and they don't talk about that, of course. But we're not there yet. Maybe 20 years. Okay, I'm there. I drove
Yeah.
a golf cart.
If we can do it, if we can get renewable energy, and if we can develop vehicles that can be recharged in a matter of a few minutes to go
Yeah.
another 150, 200 miles or something like that,
Yeah.
then good. But
It's-
if you're going to go if you got a 300-mile range, which seems to be kind of where we are today, and then you're dead in the water until tomorrow, at least in my state, we got a big state. Our state's 800 miles long. If you go visit your relatives from one end of the state to the other, it's a full day's drive, and you ain't going to do it in a 300-mile charge.
And can you imagine how many cars you can see on the freeway dead? They're going to have portable chargers go out there to charge the cars. Because think about it. Hey, my wife's really good at watching her gas, but a lot of people, I got a quarter tank, I can go a little farther, and then all of a sudden they're realizing, shit, the
Yeah.
next charging station's an hour away, and I only have 20 minutes. I'm screwed,
Yeah, I think hydrogen is better right now at this point, but down the road we'll come up with technology. We get better batteries every day, but making a battery is very harsh to the environment. So we're
Yeah,
not
but-
there yet. We're not there.
But Uncle Jim, that makes so much sense. You think about hydrogen powered vehicles, you
Yeah.
put water in the tank, you separate the hydrogen out, and your waste is oxygen. So and you also are old enough to remember the Jetsons, man. Where's my damn flying car at? It's been 40, 60 years.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw on video on YouTube, there's a car coming out. You can buy it from Japan. It has 4 blades on it, lifts up and can haul 2 people. They're supposedly coming from Japan. I saw a video on it. I'm like, yeah, right.
I used to watch the Jetsons, and that was in the 60s. And
Me
I'm
too.
ready for my flying car. It's been 60 years.
Now,
But-
here's this, though, Jamie. I don't mean to interrupt you again. They're going to make you take a medical test to make sure that you're capable of flying your flying car. And how many of us have good visions, doesn't have blood pressure problems or anything like that? So you're grounded. So now you got to hire Uber to fly in to get you to take you to Walmart,
Not only that, can you guys imagine women drivers at every 100-foot level going?
Oh,
different
dear
directions?
Lord. Or better yet, oh my goodness, I got to make my delivery to 7-Eleven. I'm coming. Get out of my way.
Yeah, and then you got the old guys, and all you can see above their steering wheel is this.
Golly.
They got the sign on the back of their car saying, "What would Jesus do?" Yeah, I bet they'd do the speed limit. Come on, get out. Put that thing on the ground, old man.
Hey, Tin Man's exciting.
Tin Man.
Hey, Tin Man.
Oh my gosh, Tin Man. Oh my gosh.
It's still in syndication, Tin Man.
Oh yeah, the Jetsons is great.
Hey, Tin Man. This is just for you, but I had a bad day at the casting pot today, and we talked about that right at the beginning of this. You can go back and look at it. But I tried the bamboo stick thing, and it works. So you know what that's all about.
Oh, you're talking
Ooh.
about lead on the cavities. Okay. Yeah.
At the edges,
Wood,
yep.
Sharp wood stick or bamboo. I haven't tried. Okay. Yeah.
I've used plastic. The plastic cleaning picks that you can get, and they break after a while,
Yeah.
and then I sharpen them down to a chisel point, and
Yeah.
they work when they're cold. You can't do it on a hot one. But then Tin Man had brought up the thing. Yeah, well, try the little wood pick thing.
Yeah.
And I did that today, and it does work pretty well. It's not 100%, but it helps.
A good little stick of oak where you sharpen the edge is just fine. That'll work good. Yeah.
Yep. I
And
use
especially-
a bamboo skewer.
Especially
the
when you
6 o'clock
burn.
skewer.
Yeah.
Works good.
Yeah. Especially if you burn the edge, you got an oak stick, a little stick, and sharpen the edge and kind of burn it on the sander, and then that'll scrape it off.
Yeah.
Oh, Walter's having a little vino.
Hey, I am supporting my
Walter?
county's #1 source of income here. This is our #1 product in my county. So I'm doing what I can.
Do your part, buddy. Do your
I'm
part.
doing my part to support the industry and the local man.
You're not in the valley, though. You're not in. Are you in the valley? No.
No, the valley
No.
produces grape juice and raisins.
Don't forget almonds. Don't forget almonds.
We got almonds over there, or if you talk to an almond grower, they're almonds.
Yeah.
So what exactly was that, Walter?
Oh, he's getting it. And don't forget, we make a lot of methane in California from all the cow shit we got here.
All right. Quote.
People complain to me, about you're a meat eater, and the cattle, they're ruining the ozone. What are you doing to protect the environment? I'm eating the cows.
Damn straight.
Okay, K24, you got to quote Broke Loader.
So this one is made up in Paso Robles, vineyard called Calcareous, because they're on a limestone outcrop up there. Outstanding wines.
Calcareous. That almost sounds like Roman times. Calcareous.
Well,
we had a big
limestone.
sighting.
It means calcium containing, and so they're on a limestone.
It sounded to me like a Roman gladiator.
Oh yeah, you can tell that's me, with my Roman style cap here and stuff. One of these days, I'm going to tell you about this cap, Uncle Jim, and why I wear it. I'll do a video.
Hickory, yes.
This cap's 30 years old. But so yeah, I don't know if you saw it. It's a Cabernet, really, really nice one. It's a little on the young side. It's only a 2019, but they could have laid down another year. It wouldn't hurt, but it's good.
I'm not a wine drinker, nor is my wife. I just never got the taste of it,
Well, I never drink when I'm alone, or when, unless I'm alone or with somebody, or,
Exactly. But if I'm going to drink, I want to drink. And that's why I don't drink anymore. I want something hard. I don't want just, and you can ask Marvin. When I was at Jim's house, I had one drink with the guys, and with my medicine, I wasn't worth shit.
I'd have paid good money just to see that, Willie.
I'm telling you, and you know what? That might have been the night Marvin heard me having that dream on the couch. You never know.
Hey.
Oh no, we got the battle bean in here now.
There's Mario. Y'all ready? All together. One,
two,
three. Hey.
Hey.
No homo, Mario.
Mucho homo orale.
Don't look at my picture, Mario. No homo.
Speak up, Mario. How you doing over there in B-Town, buddy?
Yeah, how's Mario doing? I haven't seen him in a while. Mario, damn it.
We got a space. Mario, there's a link up above in the comment section.
Come on, Mario. I miss you, buddy.
There he is. Hey, come on, Mario, come on in. I'm gonna bail out so Mario can come in and have, because he needs a lot of room because he's, a bigger guy.
I can do that too. Either way.
Well, not just that. It's almost midnight. It's way past time for me to be in bed.
It's late in Georgia time. Dang.
Yeah, when you guys keeping me up, since I've been off of work. Yeah, I've been last Saturday night. I think I was with Uncle Jim and those guys till 2 a.m. I never do that. I'm too old for that.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jamie. How many deer have you killed on your vacation?
None.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to throw you under the bus. All this time you could have put meat in the freezer, and I love you, but
there's some things that's more important than that, Willie. And when you have a wife who has a stroke and then she has
I understand.
Then you both get COVID. Yeah, there's.
Wait a minute, Jamie. I didn't know your wife had a stroke. I went to.
Yeah, she did.
When?
Back in November.
Yeah, this last couple months was tough on a lot of people.
How come I didn't know about that? Because I went through the same thing.
Yeah, I started to email you and see if you'd give me a call where we could talk about it. But
did she? Did you catch her right away and get her that medicine so they don't freeze up on the face?
Well, she come home and her eye was drooping.
Yes.
She drove home from work, man.
Yeah.
And this side of the left side of her mouth was droopy a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're going to the emergency room, get in the car. I can't afford to go. You can't afford not to, woman. Okay.
That's right. Right now. Right now.
And she waited till the next day. We went to the doctor, and I said, the doctor's going to send you to the emergency room. And so we went to the doctor. As soon as they opened the next morning, they sent her to the emergency room. Emergency room admitted her. We were there for 2 days. Then about 2 weeks later, she had surgery to open up this carotid artery, and they're doing fine now. And
is her face okay? Because
no.
Okay, all right.
No,
you got really lucky because that's a lot of time.
That's too much time. You guys need to. I'm always telling you guys about getting your PSA numbers checked, but at the same time, know the warning signs of a stroke. It could save you or your wife.
Oh yeah, we were watching TV and she got helicoptered out, and they said, we have this medicine that it. Luckily, she got it in time, and it keeps the the part that's frozen from staying that way. And so they hit her with that medicine, and that saved everything. Yeah,
we were blessed beyond measure, and you are too. And
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It was a very tough time, very scary time for me. And you guys think, well, worst that can happen is you could lose your wife, and that would be devastating. But
damn straight.
There's consequences worse than that if you think about it. I ain't going into that, but I would be less of the man that I am now without my wife. That's for sure.
Well, look at me. I'm with you guys on my anniversary, so.
Ooh, somebody's gonna be in trouble.
Nah, she said it was okay. 32 years, and she's like, go on the live stream.
Did you take her out to eat?
She didn't want to go. We're gonna go see my grandson tomorrow.
Okay.
You got to do something.
Today is my oldest son's birthday, also. So we're going up to babysit so he can go out to dinner with his wife.
All right, Mario, you see Walter's comment. Get yourself in here before I have to go to bed, dude. I want at least say
Mario. Hey. Damn it, Mario. I missed you. What the hell's going on, Mario?
I wanted to talk to Walter first.
Thanks for coming on.
I know. I can jump off so Walter can come back on.
Tin Man,
Let me know, Walter.
Tin Man, you're always late. You're always late for a party.
I never got a notification. I just happened to check my YouTube and I saw this was live, and I was like, "Oh shit, everybody's on."
Same with me. I didn't notice it at all until I turned on YouTube and you guys they were talking. I'm like, oh shit.
Good
Well, I gotta
excuse.
Yep,
tell you,
it's all freestyle.
I gotta tell y'all, man. Last night might have been our best Georgia Shooting Connection live stream ever. We had Tin Man and MCK both on the same time. They are never off on the same Friday night. They
No,
just,
Yeah.
sir.
I know. I
And-
can't get MCK on Saturday nights. He's always working.
And Jamie
Yeah.
was nice enough to run a half hour late for us. It's appreciated.
Yeah,
man.
I know he did. I was quite shocked you went over. He's been in a good mood lately. He's been good. You've been running over a little bit these last couple of times.
we have.
There he is.
Oh, he's back. It's Mold Talk.
Down at the bottom over here, there's a series of buttons, and there's one that says chat, and it looked like there was a little notification or something. It said, like, on the little chat thing, it said 1.
Mhm.
And so I touched it and it signed me out. I don't know what that was all about. And what it said was the Tin Man is here. So it's all your
Yeah,
Hey,
it is.
put
It's
your-
always my fault.
Yeah.
Put your hoodie back on.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I look like the Unabomber.
That's right, baby. Where's my sunglasses? Yeah.
I used to wear those, and my sister said that with my beard. Did you look like the Unabomber? I'm like,
Get you some aviators. You fit right in.
well, I was wearing those at the time, so it was even worse.
Oh, that's funny. So, Walter, you had an issue? A bad day casting?
Oh man. Yeah, I won't retell the whole story, but when this is done, I told it all at the very beginning of this. It took like 20 minutes.
Oh,
So
geez.
the pot failed, the mold I was using failed, I failed, the alloy failed, nothing ran. My
Hey.
Lyman $5,000 Lyman Mag 25 became a Drip-O-Matic and was making lead sickles. Oh God, it was awful. I finally took this whole big batch, threw them back in the pot and started all over with a different mold and made a video with a different mold so it was like it never happened. So now you know the backstory when you see my video with the NOE 452-234 RN mold. That's not how it started out.
Gotcha. Oh,
It
man,
was
that's
awful.
rough.
I was swearing and cussing. The guy from next door was going, "What are you doing?"
we
Did
we
you ever
all
get
have,
it to stop dripping? Sorry.
Yeah, I got in and I drained it, I reamed it and flushed it, ran a whole bunch of lead through it and it quit dripping. There was something up in there, but it was just, and it was worse than my Lee 420, which isn't bad. That pot dripped less than what the Lyman was doing today.
Wow.
And it was just, it was, you'd turn around and do 2 dumps and you'd have a lead sickle like that sticking up underneath, and I go, oh man.
Yep.
And then I ran this mold, this NOE 4-cavity mold. I had the 2-cavity version of it. This is the short story. Bought the 4-cav because it was a great bullet, great mold. The 2-cav ran wonderful, easy bullet, slick-sided bullet, shoots good, casts good, everything. Bought the 4-cavity, wouldn't run. I ran that thing everywhere from 680 up to 780. Could not make that thing stop giving me wrinkled, crappy bullets no matter what I did. Changed
You hit
the
it
alloy.
with brake cleaner?
And brake cleaner, California brake cleaner don't work. The mold
Yeah.
was clean. I cleaned it, very well, and that was I don't know what it was.
Aluminum or brass
mold?
mold?
Yeah, this was a tin man mold. This was an aluminum mold, and so I finally just said no, it ain't gonna work. There's nothing I can do any more than I've already done. I'm throwing in the towel. Took
some
this whole
days
big batch of semi acceptable bullets and just dumped them back in, remelted them, started all over. And some days
some days
you're the statue.
some days you just gotta walk away, and the next day everything's great. So just walk away. That's
what I did. And ultimately the pot ran good. The other
Yeah.
little mold ran good. I got a bunch of good bullets, and I got new powder coats to try, which is why I was casting today in the first place, because I was out of green bullets to do. Good excuse to cast, right? I got new powder coat.
Yep.
Don't need to
Yeah,
show you that.
absolutely.
Just got new powder.
But the next time you pick that mold up, Walter, it'll cast like a dream.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. You know,
just-
it was
You
a
know-
new mold, and I'd heat cycled it, and I'd cleaned it, and I'd done all the stuff that I always do, and that always produces a first cast, good cast every time when I do it right. I did the same stuff this mold, and it said, "We're not. It's a holiday. We ain't working."
Dude, I've had really picky NOE aluminum molds. I've owned 2 of them, and they were hard casting molds. You had to get them piping hot,
You
and
get 'em
everything had to
hot.
be right.
They're
Yeah.
big. Yeah, they're big blocks. You get them hot.
So I was casting with this the other day, Tuesday. This big 4-cavity MP hollow point mold.
Oh, those are awesome. Yeah.
They
yeah,
are
yeah.
awesome. But then you still got to mess with them. You know, you got to keep them pins tight. You got to make sure the sprue plate ain't backing out. The more stuff on there, the more stuff you got to deal with.
Right.
Well,
Correct.
cast with that thing for about 2.5, 3 hours, and then pick this up.
Don't you love it?
You go to pick it
Yeah,
up,
baby.
you about throw it across the room because it's so
Right?
light.
Yeah, it's like people behind you are like,
I know
"Whoa!"
And we've all
Is-
been there, you know, and you go, God dang it, you know, Richard
And it-
Lee, he got some stuff right, you know.
It
and,
feels
and
like
those
a
little-
toy, and then you look at the bullets that it's producing, and they're every bit as nice as anything else.
Right.
Yep.
I still have a loving for the little E 2 cavities. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just can't do the 2 cavities. They fall
Is-
apart on me every time. The pins
If-
fall out. I've staked them. I've had them welded. You know, that's the only way to stop them from falling out is I actually had them TIG welded the hole so the pin wouldn't fall out. You
But
know,
what I did with this one, did the Uncle Jim trick and the Elvis
Mhm.
trick.
You
know,
you have to
You
do
have
that with
to.
those molds. Yeah.
You gotta. Yeah, you gotta.
why in the
stake
hell
that.
doesn't Lee do that though? Okay, they might charge you $3 or $5 more, but you know what? It's worth it
Yeah.
than the
You know-
hassle of having to do it yourself.
At
They
the
could do
base
it,
price
but
of
it's-
$25
yeah.
where they are still for that little mold, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
run it up to 35. That's 1/3 of what you pay for anybody else's iron mold.
Yep.
It's got that
Exactly.
already in there, and just keep making money so we don't have to, you know, swear at you. when we use a
molds
mold.
like this, these Lyman 2-cavity molds, they're $125 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is obscene, man.
I
Yeah,
bought
Yeah,
my
but
first. I bought my.
for that
I
one.
bought my first iron mold for I think it was $78. It was brand
Right.
new. They're
Right.
nuts right now.
Oh,
Oh,
they
yeah.
are.
Yeah, but and the days of finding them used on eBay for $25 to $45, those
Forget
days
about it.
are long gone.
Yeah. People have figured out what they're worth. And you might find a used one for $75,
Yep.
but it's a pig in a poke. A lot
Right.
of times, you know, and unless they've got a lot of pictures up there where you can really look at the hardware and see how bad they've boogered up the screws and what the cavities look like and how much lead there are in the vent lines, which by the
Yep.
way, NOE doesn't have any vents on the tops of the blocks. Another kind of gripe that I have about theirs.
Oh yeah, I never looked.
So you
Yeah.
got to mess with their sprue plates and to try to get that right to get good base fill out, which is that's not a big deal. I mean, you can do that, but it's way better to have vents. And again, you know, you go look at those little Lee molds, and they didn't used to, but now the new ones, you know, they've got those little scribed lines across there, those little crisscross
Yeah.
lines that vent. And they work.
I started off on a Lee 2 cav. That's how I started. You know, you buy them cheap and everything. I still love them. They work. I don't
Mhm.
know.
This
Yeah.
this is a NOE 2-cavity aluminum mold, and this sucker casts as good as anything I got.
Yeah.
I think the
And
problem
that-
with the
and that's what I was
NOEs.
using- That's what I was using today, Jamie, was the NOE 2-cavity 452 234 2R or RN rather. And from the day I bought that, I bet I've cast 5,000 bullets out of that little 2-cavity mold, and it ran a good today. After I put the 4-cavity down, I said, "Come on, little brother, you're going to work." It said, "Run me, baby."
Yep.
That's
Tin Man, put your hood up. I got mine.
What what I was gonna say was, I think
Yes.
I've had a 5
Yes.
cavity and a 4 cavity NOE in aluminum. I had issues with both of them. I think the 2 cavities are where it's at, man.
Yeah, that
Honestly,
2 cavity I bought used. And
unless you
just love
get
the
a
hell out
brass
of it.
mold. Brass ones are probably okay.
I'm gonna tell you what, for gang molds, for multi-cavity, the Lee 6 cavities are just hard.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, it's
Absolutely.
hard to beat a 6 cavity. Hard
Yeah.
to beat that.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
got
they're
like,
another one.
eight
And
or-
you get
eight
a good
of
one.
them
Now, I've had,
yeah.
probably like the rest of you guys, several, and by several, I mean maybe 20 different Lee 6 cavity molds that I've kept and used and sold off and traded and, you know, replaced because I shouldn't have sold it, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I'm going to say a third of them have had one bad cavity that's sticky
Yeah.
Yep.
that I could have gone in and lapped and dinked with and stuff. And
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
I just go, skip
Yeah,
past that
just-
one and keep going.
Yeah,
Yep.
just deal with it. Yeah.
Oh,
But-
I've got a sticky one on mine too, and it makes you mad. You
Yeah.
got to beat the crap out of the mold
Yeah,
to
you
get that
go
ball to
whack it
drop
and,
out.
and out they come, and you know it's a Lee mold, so you know, whack it, go for it.
Well, you know, most of mine are from Shirley, so they work great.
Oh, I've only got 2 Shirley molds ever. All the rest of mine are number 2s.
Yeah, I think number one. I think the number one is still Shirley. I'm not. I just a theory, but
I tried to find that out. I was talking to one of the ladies ordering stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, you guys blew and you took away the Shirley." But I understand one of our friends sent
Yeah.
flowers. She goes, "I
Right.
remember that." I'm like, "Well, then who's Shirley?" And
Yeah.
she almost told me. I was like, "Damn it!"
Shirley has to be number one, and then Ginger is number 2. I think.
Yep.
We probably creeped her out so bad
Oh
sending her
man,
flowers.
when Walter sent those flowers, no, it wasn't.
No, it was
Walter,
It was Curtis.
Curtis.
Curtis, yeah.
Curtis sent the flowers. They freaked out. The lady's like, "I remember when that happened." I was like, "Oh damn!"
that
Oh, I've done lots of videos on Shirley, yeah, and how good she became, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's
What?
folklore.
I love Shirley now. I think Shirley's number 1 and Ginger's number 2, and then the rest, whatever.
Yeah, you could absolutely be right.
Yeah,
I've never seen a number 3 or a number 4 though. So
No,
you must only
yeah,
have
no.
those two.
No,
Shirley and Ginger.
I had a couple Shirleys and then a whole string of number 1s, and then I got a number 2, and I did a video about, you know, you can't beat a good number 2 in the morning when you're an old guy or something like that.
that's funny.
Yeah, it's like Smokey and the Bandit, and she said, "I got to go 10-100," and he said, "Well, that's better than 10-200." But Pollard says that I can stay on longer on my live streams because I got the CEO chair now. I don't know about all that, but yeah, my butt don't hurt anymore. In West Covina Dodge H&G, I don't have any H&G molds. That's probably going to be the
Gotta run them 10 cavity iron molds. That's
Oh
where
my
it's at.
God, the one
Those
Pat
things
gave
are
me.
are
Oh,
heavy. I like my Hensley and Gibbs molds. I've got 15 or 20 of them. And,
Yeah, they're
and
like
they're my
brand-
favorites. I've
yeah,
got,
they're-
you know, a couple that need work and need some hardware and parts and stuff, but they are wonderful molds. God, they run good.
They're like the grandfathers, yes.
This guy ain't saying nothing. It's his chat. What are your favorite molds?
We came in and took it over, man.
Yeah.
I have
Tell us
a
about
six cavity Lee, and I have a really old Lyman in a 270 caliber, and of course that's a single cavity steel mold, and it's got no grooves like anywhere, but that works fine.
That's cool.
And I got 2 or
Okay,
3
so-
2 cavity Lee molds.
So you have an old lineman that's not ideal?
Is it ideal or lineman?
It is
Ideal,
ideal,
but-
but it's really old.
Yeah, ideal didn't. They started off without the vent grooves. Yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah,
got
because
a
when
knife
I bought it,
right
when
here.
I bought it, I questioned somebody, "Hey, why is there no grooves in this thing?" They're like, "Oh, some of the older ones are that way."
yeah,
And
that's
but
how they did it. Yeah,
Yeah. That was before anybody really cared what the base fill out looked like.
Yeah, they just stuffed him and shot him.
Right.
There you
What is
go,
that,
Jamie.
That's an old ideal lineman.
One cavity.
No, that's a 2 cavity.
Is it two?
Is that 358429 or something?
No, this is the 357446.
Okay.
And it's about 162 grain semi wad cutter. Let me give you a good look at it. It's got 2 loop grooves and a crimp groove.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And let's compare it with this. This is the Lyman 35. This is a 357446. This is the 358477. And it's just got the 1 loop groove and the 1 crimp groove.
Okay.
And
Okay, does the 357s cast a little larger or what?
well, I've
Yeah.
already powder coated them and I've already sized them to 358. So
Oh, okay.
I'd have to check them. I'd have
But-
to.
You haven't checked them to see if they're like 358 actually after they're cast before powder coat.
I have not, but I'll tell you this: after I powder coated them with this Ford dark blue, they were just as hard, if not harder, to get to go through the sizing die than the 358s.
Okay, so they probably come out thicker. Yeah.
Yeah, and the easiest ones to size were the 359 hammers. These from the MP mold.
Hmm.
So they're probably, and they're gas check design too. So you know, I'm put a gas check on these and run them in 350 leads until the cows come home.
Heck yeah.
Of course,
My
now-
oldest mold is an ideal mold made right about 1910.
whoa,
It's a 3855 reloading tool made by Ideal back in the day. And it does all the reloading. It will resize, decap, prime, size the bullet, cast the bullet. It's an Ideal number 6 tool, really. Single cavity mold in it. You know, the old fence plier style.
I was just going to say the metal handle ones. Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's beautiful. I got it. It came in to me through family lines because they knew that I would take care of it. It was not in real good shape, but I completely reconditioned it. Got it out. Had to go buy a rifle to shoot with it because I didn't have a 3855. So I bought a Henry 3855 and cast a bunch of bullets and shot it. It was a great mold. I mean, you talk about casting a perfect bullet. You got to have some good gloves with it, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine that'd be hot.
But it's
more and
amazing.
more-
Those old tools, they did everything.
That's
you know?
one more sexy rifle though. That 3855. I mean, it's right up there with 30-30 and 35 Remington. Only maybe even a little better. I mean, it's that old of a cartridge.
Yeah, well, the 3855 is the parent cartridge for 30-30, and you can take a 3855 case and make a 30-30 case out of it.
Right.
Now, when does Lock Miller come in and go out of business? Anyone know?
Lack Miller? Man, there's not too many of them around.
Yeah, I picked up that one for the 260, the Grindle, the 6.5 Grindle, and I paid too much. Jamie knows I paid $100 for it, and I thought it was used. It was brand spanking new iron mold, and I was highly impressed. And I was even more impressed that I had a set of handles to fit it, like for a Lock Miller. So
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple sets of Lock Miller dies for a while, and I don't know what happened to them. I lost them in a move or gave them away or something. When I came to this place where I am right now, which was 32 years ago, and started looking around for some of my older stuff, I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened to it, but I had a set for 44 mag and another set for 45 auto, and I don't know what happened to them. I wish I still had them.
Check this out. Y'all not gonna believe this.
Sizing and reloading dies. All right.
Nice.
that's cool.
Let's open it up and see what's in here.
Like you didn't know.
Like I don't know.
I'd like to say Lack Miller was absorbed by RCBS, but I'm
Oh,
looking
those
right
things
now.
are primo. Look at those.
Yeah, those are nice.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
some,
Those look like brand new.
Some beefy lock rings too.
yeah. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah, they look like the old RCBS lock rings or Lyman lock rings. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like a Lyman M-Dye body on it.
I think this is. I think these are coated with something. Because look how shiny they still are.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they're beautiful. Like they were made yesterday.
I know. I'm not sure these are not chrome or nickel plated. They look more chrome than nickel, though, don't they?
Well, chrome would be silver, nickel, yellow.
Yeah, they look more chrome. I wish I could find out what year these were made, but I'm loving that box.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, and can
Yeah,
you
the box,
see this?
box is worth as much as the dies.
Not to me, but yeah. Can you see
In
that?
some
Brian?
cases, you know what I mean?
No, what is it, Jamie?
You ain't gonna be able to read it, but
$3?
$5.89.
Oh, I was close. I was close.
And it's got the herders. That's a herder's tag, so it was bought straight from herders. And I hate to use them, but I got to, man. Not use these. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're 30-30 Winchester. So yeah. Thanks, MCK. You're the man.
The Dirty 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30-30.
So yeah, Pat. I don't know much about tight group and 9mm other than the fact that it scares the hell out of me. I don't like using tight group and 9mm because your minimum and maximum charge is about 0.3 grains of a difference. So I shy away from that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I tried it. I didn't
Nice,
have a problem
Walter.
with it, but yeah, it's nice, Walter.
Tight
I thought
group
everyone
is
liked tight group with 9. I thought everyone was hot on it.
my
I mean,
favorite.
it works, but that I've seen more accidents and blown cases and destroyed guns from tight group than I'd care to see.
Really?
What
Yeah.
are you going up to? 4 grains or something? What?
I
grain bullet?
don't mess with it.
Man, I've
Really?
used tight group a lot with 9mm, and
Wow.
I don't use as much anymore because I found that it reacts with my powder coating a little bit. So I don't use it as much anymore. But I've used probably run 8 pounds of tight group through 9mm.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not
Never
saying
had
you
an
can.
issue.
I'm just scared to. And Pat was asking me
Really?
what I thought for a load, and I'm not a guy that uses it in 9. These other guys will probably give you some better ideas than me
Yeah.
for a 115 grain bullet.
Wow, that's a nice cheap powder made for 9mm.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Dude, 8 pounds
might
of
have told them,
tight group, Pat, will last you like the rest of your life.
Yeah, that'll last a long time.
Yeah,
I used a lot of tight group during the previous crunch. Before this one, powders were short, back around 12, 13 back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to get, I don't know, I got like 20 pounds of the stuff. And so I used a bunch of it in all the way up through 44 special.
Mhm.
And with good results, never had any problems. Doesn't take a whole lot. It's a little bit position sensitive, I think, but I used it in 9, used it in 38, used it in not 357 Magnum. It's not a good Magnum powder particularly, but
Mm-hmm.
No.
45 ACP, 40 short and weak, 44 special,
Yeah.
used it all through there, and particularly in 9mm. In fact, I got load data. Let me go look. Let me get my book.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
mag.
I've never used any of it, but I have some of this Shooter's World Clean Shot, and I kind of thought it was in the same area.
It's the same.
Yeah, I can't get any shooter world by me.
I've used
Pat, Go ahead.
I've used the Shooters World Clean Shot and the Tight Group both a lot in 9mm and 40 Smith and Wesson, but for 45 ACP power pistol and 800X.
Oh, I was going to say for Magnum 800X or 700X all day long.
Yeah.
So what's a
Have you
charge
found-
for 100? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say for Pat, what's 115 grain charge a tight group for a 9mm, like 4 grains, 4.2? I don't know.
That's a little bit high, probably.
I'd have to
Okay.
grab a
4
book.
grains. I go
Four
back
four
and I'm
grain
looking at-
sounds 4 grain
So-
sounds okay. I'd have to go look at
Yeah,
the jar.
my load for an extreme plated bullet, 115 grain, extreme plated bullet, 4 grains of tight group, ran it at 1,100 feet per second.
Yeah, that
You know,
sounds about
so
right.
that's up there. It's just, under that 1,200-foot mark.
Mhm.
Thousands of them.
Gotcha.
Yep,
That
that's all I use it for is lighter 9s, 125 down.
Yeah, it's saying 115 tight group 3.9 to 4.3.
Yeah.
And that's 115 grain.
Yep.
Hollow point,
That's what Pat just put in the side chat too. That's what his
Yeah.
book must say. But for a 125, I think it was 3.6 to 3.9, and I'm like, man, that's a tiny window. Ugh.
Let's take a
Yeah,
look.
I think when I loaded it was 3 point something. But
Yeah,
James-
3.8
James-
to 4.2 roughly for a 125 grain bullet,
Cast or jacketed?
jacketed.
I think cast is a little bit different. That's what I was looking at.
120. Oh, cast.
Yeah, my
125
cast
grain.
124 grains. I was running, less than that 4. I was running at about 3.4 grains,
hmm
and that was taking me out just under 1,000 feet per second for a little,
Yeah, the
Mouse
50 it didn't
target
show
load.
that size
Okay.
and cast.
Who in here? Which one of you guys, if any of you, load shotgun?
Not me.
Not
Uncle
me.
Jim does.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from the ground up. I ain't talking about hobo slugs.
Yeah, wait a minute. You think I'm all about hobos and I got a 20 gauge and a 12 gauge loader?
Yeah, man, it's. I
You're
think
the
you
homeless
agree
hobo
with me
of the
though.
West, man. Come on, Uncle Jim, everybody knows that.
Reloading for shotgun is so persnickety. It's
No, it's really not. People say it is. It's not.
well, that's
It goes. They all go down the can pretty well.
You just
Yeah.
drop in a handful of acorn nuts and call it
Yeah,
good.
No, I have a
nuts, bolts,
I
and
have a
washers.
Mac 20 gauge and 12 gauge loader, and I guess people don't know me for loading shotgun, but I love a shotgun. Me and my son love a shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah, my son's a shotgun guy.
Oh, we're totally shotgun guys, and you can throw anything down that pipe. People get all uppity about, shotguns are tough, man. I'll tell you that right now. Nuts and bolts can go down that barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim, man,
Bend
you're
over
right.
and- Go ahead.
125 grain lead, 3.7 to 4.1. Yeah, real
Okay.
close. And that's out of the
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah, tight group.
I thought I saw different, but
tight group. I use lighter bullets. 147 grain. I use Winchester 231,
Yep.
mhm.
Same way here, Uncle Jim.
and it's a beautiful suppressed round. I tell you that.
True
I
blue,
got-
baby.
I got
True Blue. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Tin Man gave me a jug of True Blue, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm still saving it, but now it's going to the 5.7 round because it loves that.
I
Yeah,
love
Mhm.
that True Blue powder.
yeah. Thanks, Tin Man, for the True Blue because my son's 5.7 wouldn't be without it. Yeah.
Right. I think you should try it with a 147 and 9mm, man. I think you'd like it.
I've done
Oh.
it.
True Blue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Works
a
really
slower it's a slower powder than
I don't
the
wanna
other
wait.
ones.
Yeah, I don't want to waste the powder on that. I just use 231 or.
Man, it's only going to be like 4.5
Yeah,
grains.
nothing. It's nothing in it. But you're right, Jim. It's hard to find. There's only one gun store in my area that has,
That's
and I have
right.
to drive an hour to go get it. You know,
Yep. So
and it's like
I'm-
$38 a pound now where I'm at.
Jesus.
I'm saving it for 5.7 because it loves that powder. So thank you, Tin Man.
Yeah,
No
what does it
problem.
take? Like a grain and a half in that 5.7? I mean,
No, it's.
I'm
much
just
more.
guessing.
It's
No.
like 5.8, isn't it?
Is it really?
Something like that.
I'd have to go down.
Wow.
I'd have to go down and look at the charge on that.
I didn't think it'd be that big for that little bullet.
So
Yeah.
back to shotgun for a
Oh,
second.
sorry.
Sorry, Jamie.
6-year Texan saying he uses black powder. That would be so cool. Pollard
Just
says he agrees with Uncle Jim. It's not that hard. He switches out wads all the time. Problem's getting you stacked just right, but once you figure that out,
yep.
but when you read the book, man, it's like you can't swap anything. Follow the recipe.
No, with shotguns, it's your hole and your wad and your spacing. That's it.
Right.
And it's really hard to blow up a shotgun. I can guarantee you that right now.
He's tried.
They are thin walled, but I've got I have a 500 Mossberg. That's my turkey gun. It's got a extra full choke on it. But I can take that choke off if I was going to shoot slugs or buckshot.
We love a Mossberg 500. Yes, we do.
And, my son has the basically it's the same thing, but his is tacked out. It's the Maverick 88. Be careful what buttons you're pushing over there, Walter. You'll be gone again, buddy.
Oh, I'm trying to get over here into the side chat on my phone again. I hit that stupid button last time and away I went.
And then I have this Stevens 5100 double barreled 16 gauge.
That's beautiful.
And then I got New England Firearms break open single shot 20.
Nice.
Oh, great. That's a good 20 gauge. If you're loading for 20, that's a great one to test your loads. It's thick barreled. It should be.
Yeah.
Depends on how old it is. Yeah.
Well, I bought two of them when my son was 10. When he turned 10, that Christmas after he turned 10, we bought both of those to squirrel and rabbit hunt with. And over the years, he's lost or destroyed his, but I still got mine.
A good powder for the 20 is Universal. There's two Universals, so be careful.
Yeah, not Universal Clays.
Yeah. Universal is what I use for 20. Yeah. And you can do everything with it.
I think that clean shot will work really good in probably all of them. I got some long shot that probably going to work pretty good in 12 gauge.
Long shot, unique,
blue dot,
red dot. Red dot will work.
Can't find any red dot, man. That thing is red dot is all they want to talk about in those loader manuals, man.
I wish I could send you some.
Are you?
What about
we
promo?
We had a pawn shop.
Promo same as red dot.
Yep.
We had a pawn shop that had shelves of red dot, and I kept looking at it, and finally they were like half off. Just get it out of here, and I'm like, yeah, bam, yeah.
Yeah, back to
I
truck
got red
up,
dot
right?
for like $10 a thing of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find some good handgun loads with red dot too.
Yeah.
30,
I shot a lot of
special.
9. I shot a lot of 9 with red dot.
45 ACP, you can use red dot, but it's that's why I bought it. It could work for. I like universal powders, that work for different things.
Mm-hmm. And there's some good ones out there. I've been using a lot of 700X just because I could.
Oh,
I
love
got
it.
some this year.
Love
because
it.
It was available.
Yeah,
I've never tried.
I've never tried 700.
And it's discontinued. That's what sucks.
Oh yeah, I've never tried it. No one.
There you go.
Yeah.
800X.
800X. Yep.
Yeah, no one around here had those powders, so I never tried it.
Yeah, Jamie,
love
that
that.
800X. That 800X, when you use it in a pistol cartridge, you got to run it on the high end to get it to work.
You can go from mild to wild real fast with 7 and 800X. That's what Mike Trini's saying. I believe it.
I think for 40 Smith and Wesson, I'm using like I want to say 7 grains, but guys, don't pay me any attention. It's 12:30. It's time for me to be in the bed. So.
Oh man, you mentioned Mike Train. I was going through some videos. New Year's, we had a New Year's chat with Mike Train on there. It was awesome.
I missed that, man.
Yeah. Also, we had Christmas chats with Mike Train, but New Year's, I was like, wow, Mike Train was on a New Year's chat. I should do a sticky. It was awesome.
I got it in my phone the day he passed away. That's why I did that video saying, remember him. I want everyone to remember him.
We had a full night New Year's chat with Mike Train. It was awesome. I love the guy. Gosh darn it.
It was so hard to get a hold of him sometimes at his house. He had such bad cell reception, and I hate this. I hate to say it. It's like I didn't want to bother him too much because of the cell reception, but I called him anyways, but I should have called him a lot more than I did. Because it was like he's saying he's cured. He's fine. His wife is happy. And it's like a month later, he's gone. It was just like a light switch got flipped. And he was like, what the hell?
Yeah, you could probably look up Uncle Jim New Year's chat, and Mike Train will be on it. I was going through some stuff, and I was like, oh my God. On New Year's, we had him on Christmas a couple times, but New Year's, I was like, oh, he was on a New Year's. Oh my God, I almost cried. Yeah.
You guys ever go watch any of his old videos?
Yeah,
I do
One
too.
where he was shooting and the tree fell down.
Yeah.
He was shooting his 44.
Yeah, I'm still sub to him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll never get rid of it.
No.
Never.
One of the things that stick out in my mind, Mike Train story, was when Full Head Taco did the Taco Apocalypse Challenge, and I won, and I took the Mauser, but I wasn't going to, I had my choice of 3 pretty dang good prizes, and George Boy and Mike Train were the other 2 winners. And I'm thinking about it. I mean, it ain't been 2 hours. Mike's like, you decided yet? And I'm like, I'm thinking. But he wound up with that sub 2000, and he did videos shooting that thing.
He loved that thing.
He loved it. He
did. He absolutely loved that thing. And
hell yeah.
And Georgia Boy got the casting pot, and if I didn't have took the Mauser, that's what I'd have took. But guys, who can turn down an 8mm Mauser? I mean,
I'm telling you,
really, seriously.
Yep. But Mike really loved that 9 carbine. Yeah.
He
you remember the video he did where we all had the call out? We're showing what guns we had, and he was saying this one goes to this kid, and then he's like, well, this Caltech, I kind of want to take with me, but my son really wants it, but someone else wanted it too. And I was like, I don't remember who he said he's getting it, but he goes, this isn't leaving the family. I'm like, yeah, that had to stay with family,
Mm-hmm.
His family was so cool. I remember after I heard about it, I texted her and told her any problem, any help, let us know. And I still get texts from every once in a while, just down to earth family.
Cancer stuff, man. It took
he went through hell too.
He did. I remember talking to him, and
you could tell he was hurting. I remember that a few times. Yeah,
he always made light about it. I remember first time he told me, he said, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm like, well, I'm listening, and he's like, I got a bag that collects urine, like a and
he's got a
stoma bag.
Yeah, but his was for urine instead of number 2. So I'm like, man, that's tough. That's tough to, I was crushed, man. He said, man, it ain't no big thing. I don't have to get down out of a tree stand to go do whatever.
Yeah, but he hated it. It was miserable. I have emails from him, and he absolutely hated that.
Well,
Yeah.
but that's his personality, though. I mean,
Mhm.
Well,
yeah,
he wants to be free, you know.
I
And
mean,
then
yeah,
he's yeah.
there ain't nothing he can do about it, so he
He's-
just got to
yeah,
take it and go on. Yep.
He
gonna
was
put up
a
a strong
free
face. Though.
man. Yeah.
I loved it when I was in the hospital. I'm like, I'm just rolling back to my office. What are you doing? I said, I'm taking a pee right now in bed. Yeah, this is kind of nice. You don't have to worry about getting up. You don't got to do nothing.
No.
It's just kind of cool.
No.
Until they pull it out.
Yeah, exactly.
He absolutely hated all that stuff. Yeah. That they basically gutted him. And,
Oh yeah.
And he went through it to for his family stay alive, but he hated it. Absolutely hated it. We talked a lot about that, and I felt so bad for him.
I remember
Well,
he go ahead.
It's in my mind. I could be wrong, but in my mind, it started in his prostate and spread before they found it, and that's why one of the reasons I got this beard, and one of the reasons I'm always telling you guys, remember No Shave November. Make sure you're getting those PSA numbers checked. Cancer took him. It took
Air Force Ed.
C-Max, Air Force Ed. I got his hat. Come on, help me.
Oh,
Mr. Holster.
Mr. Holster.
Your holster. That's 4 big parts of our community that we've lost in the last 2.5, 3 years. And but I don't think one of the reasons we started our live stream, we're trying to draw all the different segments of the 2A community together. But our reloading part of the community, Mike Treen hit us all the hardest. Not that we didn't love Mr. Holster or Air Force Ed or C-Max, but he
I
was.
think we all knew Mike more too than the other
Right.
ones.
Yeah, he was closer.
And Mike he was so real. He was what you saw is what you got.
Oh yeah, man. He's guitarist, down to earth. I mean,
Oh, he sent me so many videos of him jamming with
Mhm.
bands, and I was just like, "Holy crap, Mike! That's incredible."
I know, but he didn't brag about it. He was
just sending me videos to say, "Hey, that's me
Yeah.
there," and I was like, "Damn."
Yeah,
You
he
know?
was like, I did this and that, but he never bragged about it.
Yeah.
And
Well, how many cops do you know that moonlight in a rock band on the way? That's cool, man.
So anyone that's watching that didn't know Mike Train, I don't know what where it is, but look up Uncle Jim New Year's and try and find Mike Train. He's also in the Christmas chats, and he is just so real and so awesome. I love Mike Train so much.
Just go watch his videos, people.
yeah.
Even just because he's gone doesn't mean we can't support him.
I
watch his
sent him.
videos.
I sent him a double cavity lineman mold because he really wanted that one, and it shot great for him. And then he died shortly after. It was so sad. It was so sad.
I'll never forget when he got a hold of me one day and he's like, "Hey man, I know this is kind of embarrassing, but I got an issue with this stoma bag and my belt's riding on it, and it's just bugging the hell out of me." Yeah. He's like, they got these little protectors you can put over them so your belt don't rub on them, but they want an arm and a leg for them. You got that 3D printer? You want to make me one? I said, hell yeah, man.
I know.
So I made him 2 or 3 different size ones and shipped them to him, and he was pretty grateful
man,
about
you've
that.
never said no to anyone making stuff, so I commend you for that. You've helped all of us out.
But Mike was a man. He's used to being a man, and he couldn't stand what he was.
Oh, I could tell he didn't want to ask. Yeah, absolutely.
He was a man. He was a police officer and everything. He could not stand what he had to go through, and how demeaning it was for him being chopped away, and he hated it. And I just love Mike. I agree with him 100%. I just go boom. I'm not going through that. And man, I love Mike so much. You know what? I used to do a Uncle Jim one-on-one. Do you guys remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah, he was the first one, wasn't he?
Mike Treen, I think, was number 2 or number 1.
I think
And
it's first.
so, yeah, so I had a one-on-one with him, kind of like a what do you call it now? A podcast
Interview.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
I think you did Preacher's Day Off too, didn't you? Who else?
a Preacher was number 3. I think
Yep.
Frankie was 1, or Treen was 1. But I felt really bad because during the Treen one, I kept talking about other stuff or myself or whatever. I felt so bad. But yeah, there's a Mike Treen one-on-one with Uncle Jim. I felt really bad, but we talked about he went to the police department and everything. So it's good stuff if you take away my crap. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I watched that at work. I was watching that and I think, was that live or did you release that, record it and release it?
Well, we did it live on
Wasn't it
Google
Hangouts?
Hangouts, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hangouts.
So we did it live. So Mike Treen was number 1 or number 2. And I just felt so bad because we weren't talking about him so much. I kept talking about stuff, and oh man, it just makes me cry watching it. Yeah. So there's that. I used to do the one-on-one, and I only did 3 of them.
Has anyone tried to get a hold of his wife to see how the family's doing?
You know,
Mhm.
I have his number, and I just feel I called her to say
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, we loved him and so on, but I've never wanted to like reach out again to, but I don't know. I don't know how you guys would feel. I mean, I don't think she would mind someone doing it, but just saying that we're also talking about him and everything.
I'm the same way. I don't know if she'd react to emails or text,
or if she killed his phone number. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I don't.
I didn't have his landline. I only had his cell. So
I sent her a card. And
Be right back.
I sent her a card, a remorse card, whatever you call them, and that was it. So. I didn't want to bug her too much. I mean, if our family, we wouldn't want to be bugged with letters and crap. So I did send her a card after he died.
I did too.
Or a remorse, whatever you call those things. And that was about it. So
we should have got together and sent flowers for the funeral. That's what we should all have done. That would have been good. We should, but it's too late now to think about it, but
yeah.
Something would have been better than,
I think Mike would be fine if we just remembered him and had fun, because that's what he was about. So he's in like 2 Christmas chats and New Year's, and I did a tribute to Mike Treen on a video, and what. I don't think he would care.
Yeah, I just remember when he talks about the 700 and 800 XE, I just loved how he said, you go from mild to wild real fast. And every time I hear that powder, I hear his voice in my head saying that. So that's why I always say the same thing going.
Yeah, we used to always go back and forth. He was one of my favorite guys. So I'm always going to remember him. And if YouTube cuts off my shit, I still have his videos saved on Odyssey and other places. So
good night, 6-shooter.
Yeah, good night, 6-shooter.
Yeah, he had to go. I guess it's late for him too. But Mr. Pollard says use powder charge to projectile weight, just like cartridge load. JX586. Yeah, my hesitation is changing wads. getting that stack the exact length that it needs to be so that you get a proper crimp. If you ain't got that,
Well, yeah, get yourself some felt wads, and then you can cut your own out of cardboard.
Now, I just saw a video from Booze and Bullets. Did you guys see that one where this shotgun press he has, and he picked up a bunch of old wads and everything? That's a pretty nice press.
I was going to mention his press. His press is very nice. It's the what was the name of it?
Herder? Not Herders. What was it? It's old. I know it was really old.
It was
the boxes they were like stained yellow from age. You know, it's just.
Yeah, and I asked him if it could flare more because it wasn't really flaring the crimp out too much. But everything looked like an old original, really nice press.
Yeah, you should check that out, Jamie. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool. I really like that press. It's really cool. It's old school.
Whoop. That's cool, man.
Is that MP mold?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It came out
nice.
good.
And you got the deeper stems working.
No, these are the shallows.
Oh, that's shallow. Okay.
They're still relatively deep, but yeah.
Good.
Coated these today. They come out to about 170 grains of them shallow pins, which good enough.
Yeah. That's
45?
10 millimeter.
10.
Oh, 10. That's right. I forgot you're getting a 10.
All he needs is to buy himself a 10. So,
The gun and the brass, all I'm looking for.
yeah.
I ain't in no hurry, but yeah.
How has the shopping been going? So
I could get one any day on Gunbroker, but I'd rather get it locally. You know what I mean? Shipping, buying off a Gunbroker ain't a big deal. They ship pretty quick, and you have it in your FFL in about 4 days. But
yeah, you can have if you got a good gun store, you can have them order it for you, and they won't charge you too much.
Gesundheit.
And then try Kenny also.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. I don't need it right now, man. It's the middle of winter, and I'm
what
not
model
in a big
are you
rush.
looking for?
Middle of winter. That's when we got our most guns in this house.
I know.
Middle of winter. I got so many guns to play with now. Oh my God. Middle of winter is perfect.
It's different when you can step out of your garage and fire a couple off versus driving 20 minutes to the range and having to get down where they don't have snow plows. And yeah.
None of that was planned, but all of a sudden I got a bunch of guns I got to load for now. Yeah.
So you're looking for a Rock Island again?
Either a Rock Island 10 millimeter 1911 or I would take a Springfield too. Springfield makes a good 1911.
I tried to buy one of the Rock Islands, but again, not legal in my state.
Yep.
They don't have them on the list. That sucks, man.
Yeah,
I'd love to have either the Springer or the Rock Island. I take either one in a 1911. No can do GI.
And then you got
what can you have for a 1911 and 10 millimeter?
Glock.
You also got the new
That's
M&P. You got
the only one I know of.
The new M&P is out also in 10.
that's what Hobby's Hobo is saying, but I'm not sure I'd jump on anything that new that quick. Give it about a year to 18 months.
Just like a car, don't buy it when it's brand new. Let it wait. There's problems.
Yeah, I love my Glock 40 long slide with the new barrel in it. But if you want a 1911, Rock Island Megs worked awesome.
Oh yeah,
that's what made me want it. That's what made me want it.
Make sure it's got a ramped barrel, not a Colt unsupported barrel.
They do. Yep.
Yeah. And so whatever you get a ramped supported barrel.
Yeah, see, I'm excited about the Ruger-made Marlin lever actions coming out too, but as much as I'm a lever action guy, as much as I want one, that I can't wait to get one without a micro groove barrel and all that, I'm still thinking I need to wait a year or two before I
see how it goes. Yep.
Yeah. See who's what machinery are they working on? Are they Is it all from in-house? And same with the lifter. You want to make sure that's a Ruger lifter.
Well,
Make
what
sure
they done,
Carrier.
the equipment is all Marlin stuff. They bought it and had it moved to their facility. But the thing about it is
that went to Remington and it was worn out. I'm hoping Ruger does all new.
well, maybe they will, but one thing I did hear them say is they're using the same barrel as they use on the same type of barrel. It won't be the exact same. It's a lever action, but they're using the same process, the hammer forged barrels like they use on the Ruger Americans and Ruger American Predators.
Hell yeah.
And
Well,
I don't think we can argue that accuracy that we've seen and know.
I will tell you guys, my 357 Ruger is awesome. So, and that was the end of Remington, and that thing is awesome. So if Ruger can keep up with that, that's one of my favorite lever actions right there. It feeds like butter, and they put a new lifter in it, so that's why.
Jay says he thinks you can only get a Kimber in 10 millimeter in California, which
Nope.
No, not even
Nope.
then.
Nope.
Wow.
A Kimber would be great.
I don't understand why you can get a Glock but not a Kimber in a
You can
1911.
get a Gen 3 Glock.
Glock?
Anything that has changed if they've made any changes in their firearm after the California roster was introduced, they're not legal to ship to Joe Citizen in California. You can still have one if you can find someone who's got
You
one.
can find someone had one. Yeah, you can buy it used.
But it can't come through the mail to us. So if Kimber made a 10 millimeter in their 1911 platform,
They do.
after that roster was instated, it can't be sold here.
Yeah, to get on the roster, they have to send, was it 10 guns to the state to try them out to see what's going on to actually get them added to the roster, and the only one did it was Glock.
And
How about
not only
like-
but now they're supposed to have that micro stamp
Oh yeah,
crap in it that technology that doesn't really exist.
yeah.
And
Well,
some other
shit.
things that people like Smith and Wesson are saying, no, thank you, we're not going to do it. But like for Kimber, their Raptor, the Eclipse, the Stainless 2, their 9 millimeter Kimber, they haven't changed.
And they have a
They haven't done
custom.
anything to them since they were originally put on the roster. So they're still there. But anything that's
Okay.
new,
Well,
and Uncle Jim, it's like the new Ruger 380. It's
Well,
an upgrade
okay.
from the earlier one, and the earlier one's still on the roster, but who wants it?
okay, Kimber did come out with a long slide,
The
and
Rapide, yeah.
and they also made their standard 10 mil. I had a Kimber 40 that was reamed to 10 millimeter. I bought it at a gun show, and it was awesome. It was a stainless, but they made 10s after that, and now they have a long slide, which is new. So I don't know.
It doesn't help Californians,
I don't know
unfortunately.
what- Yeah, I
So-
don't know what the California laws are, but they have a new long slide ported one also.
If anybody was dumb enough to move from one free state into California, could they bring their guns with them?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Good
You
point.
have to re-register them
You have
with
to
our Department of
re-register.
Justice, but you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
want to spend all the money on every single gun to re-register.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
so
You
it
guys
makes you
know
wonder,
that-
do they lock them up for the 10 days when they
Yep.
re-register them?
Go out and blast them.
No, I don't think so. I think
I
all you have
wouldn't
to do
hope
is file
so,
the paperwork.
because that
I
would
don't think
suck.
so.
Could you imagine you
Yeah.
had 30 or 40 guns, you want to move into this shitty state and then register them?
No, I think all you
You
have to do is apply for the re-reg. You still got to pay all the fees, the dross fees, 25 to 40, to maybe even $50 per. To do it. They're sticky.
Now,
in most
wait
states
a minute.
of this
People are
country,
moving.
you're presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, people are
Not in
actually moving
California,
into
you're proving-
California.
That's
Yeah,
what I was.
you're-
That's what I was
you're
getting
presumed
at.
guilty until you
Well,
pay
wait
the
a
government
minute.
to prove your innocence.
There's a stat. there's a stat where people are moving out and going to Texas and Florida.
True, but there's still a lot of people still moving here for the money.
Oh yeah.
I don't
There are
see
people
it.
who Californians who moved to Oregon and they screwed up Oregon so bad they're moving back to California.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they want that $150,000 lifestyle they had.
Yeah.
You know,
Thorzak's not here anymore, but they screwed up Washington big time.
oh, they're screwing up Texas, they're screwing up Arizona. Everywhere they go, they're screwing it up.
We
I
just
hate
watched
to say it.
Yeah.
we just watched a movie about was that Unforgivable with Sandra Bullock, the new one. And my wife's sitting there like, what city are they in? And they were doing like cutting up fish and stuff outside, I guess somewhere in Washington. And then Sandra Bullock gets off a bus and she's walking by in a downtown area with a bunch of homeless tents. I said, "Oh yeah, that's Seattle."
Yeah, I know it.
It's
You
not
know,
wrong
you guys
from
see
here.
this
Our
face?
freeways are packed.
You see this face
Gesundheit.
and words like "Yo hablo español" comes out of this mouth. Don't let me in your house.
Yeah.
Don't invite me into your state to say go home, Yankee. You don't want us.
Well, I'm in Georgia, and we there's two kind of Yankees. There's regular Yankees, and then there's damn Yankees. The difference is the damn Yankees moved down here.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Sorry. Oh my God.
Bless you, Uncle Jim. You guys, it's nearly 1 o'clock. I'm gonna bid y'all fair adieu. I'm gonna go watch y'all on my phone until I pass out.
Yeah, it'll be another minute and a half. Yeah, I'm about there too, and I'm 3
Same
hours
here.
later than you, Jamie.
Yeah.
And I got
And
take the
I
old lady,
wanna,
take care of
I
her.
wanna say thanks to K24 for hosting us tonight.
Yeah, turned out
Absolutely.
good. K24, good idea, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing going on, so I thought, well, somebody's got to do something.
Thanks for picking up our
we'll
slack.
we got to step up and help Uncle Jim out till he gets out of YouTube jail anyway.
He looks like he's in YouTube
Oh,
jail.
he's
Look
locked
at
up
him.
again?
I might never get out. I think
Well, you got
they're
the
gonna-
Uncle Jim 2 channel. That's not locked up, is it?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you got,
But he's working on it.
Oh, one more thing before I go.
I think I'm gone out of YouTube pretty soon here. 1 week and they're going to find a casting video and I'm done.
What about them Utes? Huh?
Shush. They lost.
He's
No
still
way.
No defense. They lost by a field goal at the end of the game with
Oh, man. Jamie was
reason I
talking
said
big
that-
time.
When I was watching them, they were up 3 touchdowns. I'm like, oh, Uncle Jim will be happy tonight. So I was congratulating you.
no defense, and that's their problem. And they lost by a field goal kick at the end of the game.
To Ohio State.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
stick the knife in and twist it.
Yeah. Here's some scissors. Yeah, right here.
Good job, Jamie, bringing up the Utes.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man,
rub
I was
it in
trying.
the
I thought I
wounds.
was doing good. I'm sorry, Uncle Jim.
Just-
I would, if I'd have known, I wouldn't.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
If his hood wasn't already up, he'd be putting it up now.
Well, we stopped watching that game. We started watching the Sugar Bowl, which in the
That's
South.
what happened, Jamie. All the luck went away because you were watching and they were winning. And when you turned it off, they screwed the pooch.
That's giving
In
me a little too
football,
much power.
it's all about defense. If you don't have it, and they didn't have it this game, it's over. Yeah.
Well, winning football is being able to run the ball and being able to stop the other team from running the ball. It's about
It's defense.
imposing your will on the other team, and the best way to do that is with a good, strong defense. But
Defense wins. That's how the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
well, let's see how the Dogs figure out how to play against Alabama between now and next Monday night. So
You know, Cranky, what he's gonna say.
yeah, I know what Cranky's going to say.
I think he just likes to say it. He don't care either way. He just likes getting under your skin.
Well, you heard what I said last Friday night, right? I'm like, he's from where? Is he alumni from Alabama?
Yep.
I mean, listen, it is easy to be an Alabama fan. You know what I mean? They win all the time.
I always like the underdogs myself, so I'm an underdog fan.
Me too.
I
But
love
anyway.
underdogs coming back, America fighting for it. Yeah.
Uncle Jim, seriously, I thought y'all had won that game, or I wouldn't
No.
have brought that up. I'm sorry as I can be.
No, it came down to a kickoff at the end of the game. No defense. Boom. 3 points over. Yeah.
I thought I was bragging on you. I would
No,
not
it was
brought it
Yeah,
up.
he told me that too, Jim. He was like, "Oh, Jim's gonna love this. Have a great
Yeah.
day."
It was bad.
And Jamie shoves a knife in the back.
No, hey, if you don't have defense, then forget you. Yeah.
I
They
got
showed-
you.
It's all good.
It was
With
all offensive game that night. Yeah, tonight. So no.
Walter, how come you didn't warn me about that, man?
Well, some lessons
That-
are best learned the hard way.
That wouldn't have been near as entertaining.
And
Exactly.
revenge is a dish best served cold.
I was say,
There you
Jamie,
go.
didn't you see Jim look over his glasses, going, "What did he just say?"
I'm still plowing the yard with Ute colors. So there we go, red and black.
well, yeah, that's
No
my
matter what. Yeah.
All right, boys. I'm heading
Yeah.
for the satin Nirvana.
I'm gonna
Me
try to
too.
go get some. So peace. Thanks, K24.
Willie don't sugarcoat it. does he?
I don't. It's my anniversary. I'm getting some tonight. One-legged Humpty Hump the Hump, baby.
That's enough
One-
information out of you, Willie.
That's
One
right.
leg in the air, one leg on the floor.
Oh,
That's right. No, it's best. One leg on the bed, one leg straight, ramming away. There you go.
I
Happy
don't wanna
New
know,
Year,
Willie.
fellas.
I don't
Happy
wanna
Bye.
New Year, guys. Good seeing you.
All right. See you.
All right, take care.
All right.
Oh, that was funny.
K24 is muted.
That's okay.
How you doing,
So-
Tim, man?
Good. I was gonna ask one more thing before everybody left, but that kind
Wait,
of got
are we
that
off
kind of got
air?
derailed. No, we're still live.
Oh, okay.
No,
Ooh,
but
no secret. Yes. Okay.
we were talking about getting using the bamboo stick or whatever, or getting the crap off of the edge of the cavities.
Yeah. Hardwood.
And I read somewhere, I think it was a Cast Bolt article or maybe the forums or something like that. Somebody said you get that mold hot, and if you get that buildup, put a little bit of this beeswax right on that crud that builds up, and it deoxidizes it and pretty much turns it into a liquid again somehow, and it just wipes right off after that. I just want to know if anybody had tried that.
No, but
It-
give it
is-
give it a try. I mean,
But
you can heat up those areas also and wipe it off.
Yeah, I just don't want to hold a propane torch on that mold like that and risk warping it.
You
But I
gotta
also,
go,
yeah,
light. You gotta go light. Yeah.
I'd also hate to get wax in that cavity because that could be a pain to get that out of there. Excuse me.
I would get it
But-
warm and use the stick. Or
Yeah, the stick
try to-
didn't work that well when the mold was cold, and it didn't work that well. I'm like, yeah, if I get it warm, it might pick it off easier.
Yeah, the problem is brass. If it was steel, you could take like 4/0 steel wool and rub it while
Mhm.
it's hot. But once it's brass is it's in between.
And as much as they cost, I'd hate to wreck it.
But I have used hardwood with a sharp edge on brass before to take it off. So
Hmm. Yeah, Meg said I said flux. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if like Gulf wax, like paraffin wax would work as well, but everybody says beeswax. So I might try that if I can't pick it off when the mold's hot. We'll see how it goes. I mean, shit,
Okay.
this stuff's cheap. It was like $7 for 6 bars of it.
well, do a video and let us know how it works.
How to ruin your mold.
Yeah, if you go too hard, you're gonna gouge brass.
Right.
Steel and cast molds. They're pretty easy, but aluminum and brass, you got to watch out for. Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to be super careful with it.
but I've seen it. I've had it happen, and
I think I think it causes fill out issues too, because that builds right up along where the vent lines are, so the
Yeah.
air can't get out. So I mean, you got to get it off of there.
Yeah, no, it screws with you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want that thing flush when it shuts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If air can't get out of there, that's where you're going to have your bubbles and your wrinkles at, is what I think.
Well, you just can't close the damn mold completely, so you get lines and lines.
See, I didn't have that issue. I didn't have any fins or lines or anything. What I had was wrinkles. It was bad fill out because the air couldn't escape. So I mean, the lead couldn't fill in. That's what I think. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know nothing.
All right, now on those other pins, it still won't close on those.
Shit, they're out in the shed. I never did measure those. No, it will not close even without the.
You got to talk to them and have them send you new pins.
Yeah, I'll get it taken care of. No big deal. But I'm curious. I'm curious to find out what those pins are supposed to measure diameter wise, because Walter says his were like 2235 or 224. So if these are bigger, then obviously that's the issue. But it's funny that the shallow pins, no problem, but the deep pins they're too fat.
Well, what are the shallow pins diameter versus the regular at the base?
You're gonna make me take it apart. Hang on.
Well, no,
No, you're fine.
I don't want to squib. No.
I ain't scared of squibs.
No, you don't have to go that far.
Let's see.
Hang on a second. I gotta go off camera.
Sure.
All right.
The shallow pins are 0.222.
Okay, 222.
Yep. And so if I ran out to the shed and grabbed the deep ones, I bet they're about 225 or so.
Yeah, that might be the issue.
Yep. I think Walter was right about that. I asked him to measure them for me, and he did. But yeah, I even put them in without the cross pins that you screw into them, and it still wouldn't shut with no cross pins. I'm like, okay, there's my issue right there.
Okay, what did he say his pins were for 10 mil or 40?
About 2235.
Oh, okay.
The mine are 222. So I mean, I'm guessing my deep pins are just a little bit too fat.
Well, it depends. Yeah, what size those are. Otherwise, they drilled out the mold too small.
Right. Yeah, that could be too, I guess. But I'm sure I ain't the first person to have that issue. And hell, I wonder if they make the penta or the four-sided pins for that. That'd be cool. I wish I had gotten those instead of just the round ones.
Yeah, but you got to contact them and say, hey, your pins are too big. I can't close the mold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure he won't have an issue sending me some.
They'll send you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is that? An M&P?
Yes.
Or
yep.
It's an M&P, not ours.
It's an MP mold. Yep.
Yeah, they'll just
I thought they all came with. I thought they came with 3 variations.
It came with the deep pins, the shallow pins, the cut point, and the flat point. But I didn't get any pentas, which I don't know if they even do those for 40 caliber. That might be a 45 caliber thing.
Could be too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just going to want to know what diameter does close, and then they can probably send you some.
Yeah, that's no big deal. Is that you or Mig typing in the side chat?
I'm not typing.
That's what I thought.
Why?
Because somebody stole your name and your picture.
My pen isn't too fat. What? Oh. That's Meg.
Hobbies Hobo. This is the 402-165 truncated cone. 40 caliber. 165 must be their weight with the deep hollow point pins in, because with the shallow ones they're about 170. That's definitely Mig.
That's got to be Mig. Here's another phenomenon. After you get strikes, you're going to get replies from people that are nasty. Anyone?
Like that.
Yeah. Have you got a strike, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you get any nasty replies to your videos?
No.
Just criticizing your video? No.
No.
From someone that never made a video?
Nope.
I've been getting tons of them lately, right after the strikes.
Like they blacklisted you and just let the wolves loose on you?
No, they're just saying, "Oh, that gun's a piece of shit," and all this crap.
All you gotta do is type back, "You're a piece of shit."
Oh, I just reamed a guy for owning a BMW. Yeah. I'm like, your BMW is a money pit. What are you talking about? It's a piece of crap. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of these videos lately, or replies.
No, I've just got the typical. I've actually gotten some really good, like, nice replies on my videos ever since I got my strike. Somebody was like, this video is awesome. That's a good tip and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've had some good ones, but after you get 2 strikes, you start getting nasty people. I don't know why. And
Good
of
to know.
course, I fight back. I don't just leave it alone.
Oh no.
I have to give them
I've
shit.
never had too much trouble. Just, I don't know. Occasionally a long-winded person that doesn't do videos that you don't know for sure whether they know what they're talking about or not.
Oh yeah, I've had people go on long tangents about how standing your bullets up is stupid and stuff like that, and it's like, hey, that's cool, man. You're cool to think that. I'll do my thing, you do yours. I don't ever start arguments with them. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, me
There
too.
was one
I
guy
just
that
go
said,
like, "Oh, thanks for watching," right?
yep. There was one guy that said, "What's up with these guys with $1,000 presses on rickety piece of shit benches?" I thought that was pretty funny because my bench was squeaking in one of my videos. I mean, he was being a dick, but I still laughed. It was funny.
I had one that said, "Ugly gun, no accessories," and I'm like, "What?" I looked at his channel, and then I was like, "What? You want gold and silver on your guns?" Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens. Overall, it's not been too bad. I'm sure it's out there though.
That's why I like having a small channel. I don't want to blow up and have a shit ton of subscribers, man. That's when all the dicks come out.
I
Like
hear
Mig.
some of these guys, Tools and Targets, and somebody else on some live stream talking about it. They're pretty good sized channel, and they're talking about it on and on and on, pretty much, I guess. But hey, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
That, and I think with all the new gun owners,
I'm reading the
You ever
comments right now.
did you ever go on like some of the Facebook groups?
Mm-mm.
No, don't do Facebook.
No.
That's a real fright. Yeah,
Some nasty
I don't
people.
I don't like it anyway, but yeah, it's something else.
Yeah. Hey, MCK, what's going on, man? We got R4 Mississippi Thunder. What's going on?
MCK is up. All right.
He might be working. I don't know. It might be a holiday for him today.
He was working earlier.
Okay, then yeah, he's working. I see Mig's coming through with all his different channels.
I see that. Uncle Jim Man Boob.
Oh my gosh. I got like 10 power on my battery left, so I gotta go soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay
Sorry,
soon too. I gotta wake up with the baby tomorrow, and she usually gets up around 6:30 or so. So I'm gonna have an early morning, and my family Christmas is tomorrow. So busy day.
Oh, Tin Man,
Oh.
I plowed a hell of a lot of snow today. Oh my god.
I didn't get a chance to watch your video yet, but yeah, I saw you put one up on your other channel.
Oh, we just settle in for Christmas. I'm like, oh, we'll let it go. But sooner or later, we need milk and cheese or whatever, bread.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I did the nasty today and got her plowed. Yeah. My wife's car was buried. She couldn't get out. So now she's dug out and my cars are dug out. But oh my gosh, it was an all day thing. Luckily,
Yep.
it was a nice powder, a foot or two of powder. So it was good.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
is it gonna warm up for you so it melts?
Yeah, sun's coming out the next 3 days. So it's perfect. So that's why I
There
did
you
it.
go.
So she can get out. It'll all dry.
Tomorrow's
I
going to be
just,
a high of 5 degrees.
I
Oh
just
my
wish.
Lord.
Yeah, I only wish Tin Man was on the back to experience the night plow.
Been there, done that, man.
Oh man, that was fun as hell plowing at night.
That was funny. I'm like, I'm not getting on that thing with you. You're shit faced.
Oh yeah, and then I did the snowblower at night for the first time, and it actually was pretty nice. Actually,
Yeah.
nice and cold powder. It blows easy. Yeah.
Yep. Looks
Yeah.
like I'm wrong. Tomorrow the high is going to be 15 and the low is -8. Friday is going to be Thursday night's going to be -13 overnight. Ouch.
Jeez.
Well, I got to check my phone, but I saw two below zero. I've never seen that here, and so I think tomorrow night is 2 below zero, or tonight.
That's cold, man.
Yeah, we had a zero, maybe tonight, and then 2 below zero. I've never seen that. So much for global warming. I've been 1 degree, but I've never seen 2 below zero. And we're getting that tonight or tomorrow.
Once
Phew.
it gets below, it could be 0 degrees or it could be -30. It doesn't feel any colder when it gets -30. It still
Yeah.
sucks either way.
Yeah.
Pretty
the wind,
much.
it's the wind that hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, you're a cat owner. They're using the poop box right now.
Definitely.
Because they do not like walking in 1.5 feet of snow to go out
Yeah.
and take a dump.
Yeah.
Their bellies, they're bottomed out. So the cats are like, they're all pissed off and fighting with each other because they can't, do their thing outside. And when it's 1.5 feet, they bottom out. They can't go outside. And they're
Can you imagine
pissed.
trying to take a dump uphill? I couldn't. I'd be mad too.
Oh yeah, and they're pissed. They're pissed off. Yeah, they're pissed. So yeah.
Jamie says he's glad he lives in Georgia. Man, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But the cats are really pissed. You gotta clean their poop box more often now. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. It's nice though. It's really clean and nice and beautiful out. So don't
I like
mind that.
if it snows while it's super cold, like below 20 degrees, you can go out there with a leaf blower and get rid of that snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Do the porch and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We had icicles going all the way to the ground on the roof. Yeah. Yeah. It's this is, everyone else has global warming, but we don't. So we got it. Yeah. We got it big time. We got hit hard.
We got about 5 or 6 inches today. I think it's still snowing now, actually, but yeah, it's powdery, really cold out.
Yeah, the powder's awesome to use the snowblower. It just blows at 30, 35 feet, whatever. Yeah, more than that, really. Yeah. So that's easy. That's a plus. You got to look at the bright side, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Driving it's fun.
Driving's no big deal. Once you get into town, it's all clear.
Yeah, I got 4-wheel drive. I don't care. I'll drive
No,
snow covered or not.
no, but we have like you're up to the grill on the cars right now. I got
Pushing
my
snow.
my wife's car's dug out. My truck is all the way up to the above the bumper, and my van, it has a pile that goes all the way to the top of the hood. And so I got to dig those out tomorrow, run them, and clean out their parking spot. And then I'm good. Everything else is cleared out. And then I can finally shoot. You know what? I have that Ruger 380 Max I got for Christmas. My son has one. I haven't shot my own yet. So that's going to be tomorrow's video because I'm cleared out in the backyard now.
There you go. And yeah, you've only shot that Blackhawk what, a couple times? Or is it a Red Hawk? Red Hawk, yeah.
The Red Hawk, we did a garage door pop. I have a swinger that's got to be 3 feet in the air. It's buried in the backyard now. You know, the swinger, you know where the trail is.
Yeah.
Out at 50, 70 yards. It is totally buried. You can't even see the swinger anymore. It's not going to move. So I think we're going to take Tannerite out there and blow ourselves a spot. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've had bad luck lighting off Tannerite in the past.
I know, but this time we're going to do it right. We're going to do it righteous this time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I got to blow me up a snowman also. Yeah. It'll be fun. All right, guys.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to cut out here too.
K24, Thanks for putting this on. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Turned out good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna blow out of here.
Everybody in the side chat.
Holiday weekend. James Pollard.
Happy
MC
New
Carey.
Year.
We got
the many faces of Mig.
Yeah, we got 15 viewers. 15 viewers and 5 of them are Mig.
At least.
Hobby Togo. JH586. Thanks y'all for coming on. We're out of here.